In front of that glowing red body, surrounded by something, a head of green silk like a waterfall, a very delicate face. If you look at the front, can be regarded as a beauty. Look at the back, at best as a beast. It's her eyes that make Yunwoo remember her. One is black, and the other is red. The black one is as quiet as a deep tan, and the red one is as bloodthirsty as a ghost. You're talking about this thing? Cloud Dance refers to the mark on the shoulder. The centaur looked at the mark on Yunwoo's shoulder, greedy in his eyes. Give it to me. I'd like to give it to you. Can you take it? Cloud Dance sneers. What grows on her body is she said to give? Just use this one. Suddenly, a yellow paper appeared in the woman's hand, like a charm. The curse? Long Qingxia looked at the charm in the hand of the half-human beast, and his eyes were deep and dark. How can you have the demon curse? The magic curse? The golden light flashed in my mind. Magic spell. A magic spell made by the most powerful magician of the demon clan is a curse full of evil and terrorist power, which can gather all things with spiritual power and divine power for use and make a living from death. So powerful? Yunwoo was surprised when he read the display on the dragon scroll. At the same time, he secretly congratulated himself that the demon master should have been destroyed with the demon family. If there was such an evil spell, it would be lively. Suddenly, the woman said something vaguely in her mouth. The charm in her hand kept flashing with her words. The yellow light waves kept rotating and rolled towards the direction of Cloud Dance. At that moment, Yunwoo felt a strong pain in the mark on her shoulder, just like when the mark appeared on her body. Is the mark to disappear? Will experience the same pain? The next second, a whirlpool of darkness suddenly attacked. Bang! The woman's body was blown away in an instant. Do you think I'm that talkative? Cloud Dance takes back the power of Magic Bite and raises a bloodthirsty smile at the corner of her mouth. She has suffered the original pain, but now she has to bear it for no reason? There's no door. You. The woman was beaten to the edge of the sacred fire pool because her body was imprisoned by the border seal. If she used her strength, she would break the border and die. She did not dare to use her strength to resist, but could only stare at the clouds. If we don't get the mark together, we can only be imprisoned here forever. It's better to let go than to do so. The sound, like the bell in the deep night, is clear and sweet with a trace of haziness. It's mean, a kind of voice that can make people hallucinate and lose their sense. Looking at the swarming group under the body, Yunwoo's eyes were cold, and the faint dark breath around the body moved. At this time, the woman was urging the magic spell in her hand. This time, the magic spell was like an arrow, breaking through the lava flame, piercing the obstacles in front of the crowd, and coming straight. With the baptism of blood, the light of the curse became more and more intense. The color of the mark on Yunwoo's shoulder gradually became light, and the woman's shoulder actually had a faint color of the mark. Oh! A long roar through the sky carried out the entire Phoenix family. All of a sudden, the Phoenix people seemed to be covered by the golden light. There were groups of birds chirping and cheering. The Holy Land roared, and the golden light was shining everywhere. Every time they came out of the cave, the stone walls were golden. The flame in the holy fire pool was turbulent, and it seemed that they were jubilating. It was the voice of the patron saint of the Phoenix clan, which had not been seen for a long time, and it was the low roar of the little stink in the coma. Roar! Little Stink let out a roar again. It was a roar of extreme anger and struggle. It seems to feel the mark on Yunwoo's body is disappearing, and it seems to feel the pain of Yunwoo at the moment, struggling and roaring to wake up. What sound? The light of joy flashed from the bottom of Moen's eyes, and then he calmed down. He must have heard the wrong voice. Nangong, Yi, and Situlan look at each other and look at the location of the little stink in the air. They don't understand why the little thing makes those two roars. Looking at the unusual flame of the sacred fire pool, the atmosphere around became a little tense. What was that sound? Although Moen doubted whether he had heard wrong, he still had a little expectation. The son of Feng Wangnu. Nangong, he pondered for a moment, his indifferent eyes slightly raised, his fingers moved. The boundary in mid-air no longer existed, and a golden phoenix suddenly appeared. Emoan looked at the little stink in the air. His eyes were shocked like waves. His breath was no longer normal. He pointed to the little stink in the air, and his fingers trembled. "It's as if my sister's child?" Nangong, he didn't understand why he was so excited. He nodded. "Now it's the contract beast of Cloud Dance." "How could?" Emoan looks at the little stink, and his eyes are shocked. In fact, the most noble lineage of the Phoenix family is not the divine beast family, but the pure blood demon Huang with golden blood. However, the pure blood demon Huang has not appeared for thousands of years and has been gradually forgotten by the Phoenix family. Now actually appeared were the child of the beast family and the dark beast. How is that possible? How? Little Stink roared again and attracted everyone's attention. See small stink around the golden light is more dazzling. Phoenix body constantly shaking, but it seems to be unable to get rid of anything, just constantly struggling desperately. When everyone saw this scene, they couldn't help looking at the flame pool with worried eyes. Is it bang? In the holy fire pool, the flames suddenly splashed up, and the bright red flame with black flame kept spinning in midair. Who? A loud noise reappeared, and the flame fell back to the holy fire pool again. In a short time, the peace had been restored. The trouble should have been solved. They nodded in agreement. Thinking of the scene just now, the corners of their mouths could not help twitching a few times. How much anger did it take to use such terrible power in the holy fire pool? There is a dead silence in my ear, and I can only hear a quick breath. You have. The woman's eyes were wide open. Her eyes were full of blood. The blood from the corner of her mouth was melting into the fire. The border seal was disappearing, and her body was melting. Cloud Dance forehead exudes a few drops of sweat. The imprint on the shoulder gradually becomes normal. Just because of the magic spell, the power in his body was impacted. I don't care who you are, just go with that expression. Cloud Dance sneer, laugh bloodthirsty heartless. Surprise in the pain. Pain in the unwilling. With the last hint of sudden bright red, the woman finally melted into the pool of fire, into nothingness. Why doesn't my husband have a chance to show himself every time? Long Qingxia looks at the holy fire pool, which has been restored to calm. There is some helplessness in his words, but he looks very proud. Keep loading. A voice of disdain came. Two figures next to each other, farther and farther away, finally turned into two groups of flames, disappeared at the end. After a long time of precipitation, a touch of surprise sounded. What is that? Ah! The figure drops rapidly. After passing through the dazzling flame, the black color comes to the face, and there is no time to react. A scream runs through, and the sound of landing suddenly reverberates with the dust. The dark and quiet space, some dark and humid, the sound of water drops crisp hit. Crack 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 crack. Cloud Dance forehead slightly wrinkled. Intuitive first reaction is to turn over, but in turn over the next second rebound back. Pain, unspeakable pain, it suddenly occurred to her that she had just arrived at the bottom of the holy fire pool. Because of confiscating her strength, she fell down, which caused her whole body to ache. What about the dragon? Cloud Dance crystal eyes, tiny mi, looking around, but didn't find Dragon Qing evil figure. Heart suddenly raised up. Awake? The voice of magnetism is low. Cloud Dance looked back, only to see Dragon Evil slowly coming. In the dark, the white figure is very abrupt, familiar with the safety. Where have you been? Cloud Dance eat pain frown. Words with a trace of complaint. Dragon Qing Xieshan smile. Take out the fruit in the hand. To find you something to eat? Cloud Dance took the fruit in his hand, looked at the fruit, mouth a pull. What is this thing? The fruit is as big as the virgin fruit, but it's black, and you can feel the power of darkness. Eat it. Long Qingxia looks out, and a trace of danger passes through his golden eyes. Looking at his abnormal look, he knew something must have happened. After swallowing the fruit, he reluctantly stood up. Happen. Return the fruit of darkness. Before Yunwu finished, he was interrupted by a hoarse roar. What a dark air! The next second, an illusory figure appeared, with hair on his head and 2 horns on his forehead. The dark air in his eyes wandered around, and the whole phantom was surrounded by a dark air. Return the fruit of darkness to the Buddha. With a roar of the phantom, the dark air around them was constantly invading and spreading, directly surrounding them, and an invisible sense of oppression and suffocation appeared. The fruit she just ate is the fruit of darkness? Cloud Dance sighed. Yin glanced at Dragon to pour evil one eye. How can he know there is dark holy fruit here? Or by accident? Bring me the things. The phantom roared again, and the dark air around him gradually became sharp. Rub. The power of magic bite instantly lifted up and directly lifted away the dark air. The phantom was shocked and trembled a few times, but it was barely scattered. I've already eaten. I'll see what I want to do. If you want to solve it by force, she is willing to accompany you. All of a sudden, she frowned. Her eyes flashed a little surprised, and a restless force in her body began to move along the dantian, which was beyond her control. Well, Cloud Dance pain of cover abdomen fell down. Bang! The dark haze then hit the phantom. This unexpected blow shocked 2 people. You attacked me, the phantom trembled, and the dark fog instantly eroded the whole space. It's not the attack, it's the pain. Long Qingxia's golden eyes are dark, and the fundus is dark and unclear. Repay the pain. Her pain is due to eating your fruit. So you must bear the pain she suffered together. What a theory! Do you blame me for stealing my fruit? I haven't settled with you yet. Is there such a truth in the world? He's so righteous after stealing. Is it because he hasn't seen the world for 1,000 years and the world has been overturned? Not only him, Cloud Dance heard the reason of his hand, but also some headache. He knew it was the dark fruit for her, right? Did you know there would be some side effects? If she knows to give it back to her, why does she want to feed him to the dog? Although I know that he won't give her this for no reason, I should tell her and discuss it with her? In that case, I will eat her. Language falls. All around the dark gas, instantaneous condensation, become one by one, as if with life, direct lock them as the target. How? The roar of the wind is like the roar of a beast. With the dark air, it attacks the dragon. White robe, clothes fluttering, a silver hair fluttering. The only constant is that pair of gold eyes dangerous and mouth bloodthirsty. Just 1 second before the oncoming, without waiting for Dragon Qingxia's hand, the familiar magic power scattered behind Dragon Qingxia, directly surrounded Dragon Qingxia, and the next second the phantom was dispelled by magic power. Feel better? Long Qingxia turned around, thin lips with a charming smile. Cloud Dance, slightly jawhead, just that guy can be. Long Qingxia nodded with a smile. In addition to it, who can have the dark fruit? The dark holy fruit can play a key role in the control of the evil phage. At least in this year, the evil phage will not be out of control. How do you know the fruit of darkness? This dark fruit can be said to be the nemesis of all the dark forces. It cannot help but help tame the dark forces. It can also say that the hidden dark forces in the body gather together to control. Just now she felt that the power of magic bite in her body was more gentle and easier to control. If that phantom is the dark beast just now, and the dark holy fruit must be on his body or watch carefully, how can he have a chance? Bang! A roar like a huge thunder resounded, their position constantly shaking. It seems that they cannot bear such a heavy blow. Go! Dragon Qing evil pull Cloud Dance, empty shadow sword. In the rubble fell and the moments swept out. Outside is a huge border space. Border around like silver general crystal, flowers and trees, birds and insects, flying animals, like a secluded fairyland. You two don't know what to do. If you come here, I will never let you go out. The arrogant roar came out somewhere. Are you the dark beast? Willow eyebrow micro pick, sharp eyes looking at this space. always feel we're some strange. You don't deserve to know who I am. You two are delicious. I won't take the dark fruit, but I take it. As soon as the voice fell, a dark smell appeared in the strange space, like a vine, which appeared and disappeared from time to time. In the trance of that moment, they were entangled with each other. Haha, first of all, I've sucked your strength, and then I've eaten you to save the waste. Rampant laughter, like a magic sound, reverberates in the space, circling back and forth, almost shattering the eardrum. Yunwu uses its strength to resist the sound, but finds that the more it resists the sound, the louder and deafening it is. Don't resist. Appreciate it as the most beautiful business. What? The cloud dances, the phoenix's eyes stare, the joy reward? How can you feel unable to force yourself? It seems that long Qingxie is also very difficult, but there's no way. If the voice can resist, the voice itself will be eaten back. If it can't resist, it will double its strength. With their current strength, it's not his opponent. The scene appeared on the black breath vine, and the faces of the two bound people were extremely ugly, like unspeakable suffering. I can't stand it. Broken, he roars with rage. The power of Magic Bite is combined with the power of Unicorn. He attacks with the elements of wind and counterattacks with the fastest speed. Bang! There was a dull noise somewhere in the border. After a long time, a breath of hoarse voice came. How can you break my bonds? Cloud Dance squints her eyes and doesn't answer. She explores the source of the sound, but doesn't find out where the source of the sound is. Don't bother. If you could find my position, I would have escaped. Is it? The cloud dances the corner of the mouth to stir up to put on a sneer. The black flame, big knife, suddenly appears in the hand. Make an effort to wave, along with a perfect radian, straight insert into a willow. How can you find my place? An unbelievable roar came from the willow. I ask you, are you the dark beast? I said it. I don't deserve to know in your capacity. The dark sacred beast is arrogant, and the willow is vaguely surrounded by black fog. Are you the one who just roared restlessly? Cloud Dance said this question. The dark beast suddenly silent, then said, Do you hear my voice down? If she can hear his voice, the Phoenix Priest is really dead. Yes. Yunwu does not deny it. Haha, God helps me too. The dark beast is arrogant. Little girl, you come in and help me open the border. After I leave, I will benefit you naturally. Oh, Cloud Dance disdains to smile. Are you daydreaming? What did you say? The tone of the dark beast changed with threat and terror. I said I was the new priest of the Phoenix clan. The cloud dances to stir up the corner of the mouth, laughing evil bloodthirsty. You are the new, so you're here too. The dark beast suddenly understood, and in his hoarse voice he said, Then you can't stay. It's not easy to wait until the Phoenix Priest is dead, and there is only one step left to escape. How can a new priest seal it again? There is no door. The atmosphere of darkness envelopes the border instantly, and the darkness erodes in the bright border, like the night when the storm comes and the vision is hazy. Suddenly, in front of my eyes, a dark figure came. Yunwu jumps backward and avoids the residual shadow. However, at the moment of landing, she steps on something and her body tilts back. Little thing, you like to throw yourself in your arms so much. Dragon Qing Evil Strike cut a shadow, instantly swept to the cloud dance side, will hold her in the arms. Evil spirit of the mouth. Cloud Dance White he one eye, stand up to look under the body, intuitively want to see what is just stepped on. It's white bone. The white bone of a man's arm. Eyes continue to move back. The more backward the look of the fundus, more surprised. How can so many white bones? In the distance, there were piles of corpses, without any dust on them. The skull was fresh, except for no flesh and blood, as if it had just been picked out. This should be a battlefield. Long Qingxia looks at the corpse pile away. Battlefield? Cloud Dance micro frown. Fundus suddenly understand. Some surprise looking at the dragon poor evil. You mean the battlefield of ancient times? Long Qingxia nodded. What's the matter with these bones? These bones are still fresh. Is it because of the boundary? Just look at this. Long Qingxia handed his palm to Yunwu and said, "It was accidentally rode when the sacred fire pool fell down." Looking at the wound, she was silent for a long time. He has the ability to heal himself. Such wounds can heal in the blink of an eye. How long has it been since they fell? It's like a fresh wound. The blood is still bright red. It's incredible that this boundary can make time stand still, isn't it? Looking back at the weapons beside the corpse pile, they are gloomy and strange, and their light is treacherous. Some broadsword weapons still have scars from long-term fighting. Those things are recorded in the Dragon Tornado, which are treasures of ancient times. Is this the center of the battlefield in ancient times? There is something in Yunwu's words, deliberately deepening the two words of the center. Dragon inclined, evil eyes down, evil smile. Here should be just a peripheral, the real battlefield. No one should be able to find. Really? Cloud Dance glances at him suspiciously, half believing his words. He really can't find the real location of the battlefield? Long Qingxia sighed helplessly and knocked on her forehead. Can't you believe it if you were my husband? The cloud dances to curl a mouth, indifferently a hum. Can you believe a lie? Dragon tilts evil a smile. Smile of evil inside, evil spirit. Careful here, really have ghost. Clang. There was a loud noise from the top. Yunwu frowns and raises her eyes. She has a bad premonition in her heart. She takes a look at Dragon Qingxia. They nod to each other and sweep away. They plan to leave the border space, but they are blocked by the dark beast. Now the Holy Land is busy. Open the border to me. I may consider letting you out. In front of them, the strange dark power is like a wall, which cannot separate Yunwu and the bottom of the holy fire pool. Listening to the fierce, fighting voice coming from the Holy Land, Cloud Dance's strong, killing intention appears. Get out of the way! Her voice was as cold as ice, with a killing intention that could not be ignored. Open the border! The dark beast roared, and was annoyed by the Cloud Dance's attitude and the pressure on her. When the magic power of Cloud Dance's palm appeared, Long Qingxia grabbed her wrist and gave her a look, telling her not to waste time. He closed his golden eyes and said something. All of a sudden, the wind was blowing, and the dark atmosphere in the border was gathered together in a moment, forming a transmission array to reach the Holy Land. Go Dragon Qing Evil Pull Cloud Dance. Jump into the transmission array. It's a teleport. I won't let you two go. In the Holy Land, the stones are flying indistinctly. The flames are burning fiercely. The clang of the sword, the groaning of the body touching the ground, and the piercing of the flesh. The color of blood is particularly bright against the background of the flame. Did you inform Xiaowu? Sito Lan half kneels on the ground in embarrassment, holding the long sword in his hand. His hand trembles slightly and looks at Nangong Yidao beside him. Nangong Yi nodded, just gave her a voice, cannot be sure. On the other side, two black-robed figures tremble strangely and disappear in front of Sito Lan and Nangong Yi. The next second, they suddenly appeared behind them and suddenly attacked each other. They looked at each other, exchanged their eyes, turned around, and killed two black-robed men. Why did the people of the Beast Gate suddenly come? Shangguan saw several people and came to Nangongji. He always felt something strange. The only person who lurks in the Beast Gate has been solved by Xiaowu. Does it take time for these large numbers of Beast Gate people to come? How can you come here without any sign? Nangong, he shakes his head. Under the white gauze, there is a trace of fatigue in his eyes, which are as flat as a mirror. He is a robe that has never been stained with dust, and there is a trace of blood on it, just like he is now. Time is still for a moment. Everyone stops fighting for a while, gives himself some breathing time, and starts the next chat and procrastination. Young master, go back with your subordinates. The Lord will forgive you for your innocence. A green-eyed black-robed man looked at Shangguan with a flattering attitude, but his tone was not a bit humble. Is that what you say? Shangguan casually asked. He is also fighting for rest time for a group of loyal friends behind him. This is the order of the patriarch, and his subordinates have no right to speak. What if I say no? The superior officials are unruly. That subordinate can only carry out the second order of the patriarch. The green-eyed and black-robed people have no worries or happiness, as if the upper officials can't leave. Second order? Kill me? Shangwanjun Izami. Don't believe this is Shangwan Hong's order. To take your heads back. Green eyes swept the Shangwan and several people behind him, and finally stayed in the holy fire pool behind him. In the holy fire pool, Yunwu's eyes are cold, and he is holding a black flame sword. He walks all the way like death. He looks at the embarrassed appearance of several people, and then looks at Qin Yin and a group of beasts behind him. Feng Mo is scarlet and burning. Little five? Shangwan looked back and saw who it was. At last? Meng Baiwei relaxed. Here we are at last, or we can't stand it. Sido Lan looked at the dragon and said it without exaggeration. The strength of a few of them can't be underestimated, but the people sent by the beast gate this time are by no means ordinary minions. Everyone's strength can compete with them for a while. If more than 20 people go on like this, the best result is that after death and injury, both sides will lose. Nangong, Yi, and Chia look at Yunwu, and their faces soften a little. Are you all right? She looked at a few people embarrassed look between the eyebrows cold Yin Songxuan. Just in time, Nangong, Yi smiles indifferently. There is more comfort in his smile. Cloud dance, slightly jaw-head, looking at the small stink in the air. The small stink is still sleeping at the moment, but the golden light around the body is dark a lot. Look at him now, should soon wake up. Mind move, cloud dance will be small stink isolated in the space. Small stink is evolving, absolutely cannot be disturbed by the next. Solve them first, and then deal with the things that the patriarch told you. Come. The powerful power of the black flame dagger instantly struck and chopped in the air, followed by a roar. Who will allow you to hurt them except me? In an instant, the Holy Land fell into a fierce battle again. Swords collided with each other. The red stone wall was ablaze, and the traces of ferocity were constantly depicted on the stone wall. With a wave of the black flame broadsword, a shadow was instantly knocked away. Ah! A scream rises, the flame rises in the flame pool, and the shadow evaporates instantly. Green Eye looks at his fellow students being killed. His blue eyes turn into scarlet. With a wave of his gloomy white bone palm, he directly controls Nanganji, not far away. With an effort, Nanganji's figure loses control of his pilgrimage to the fire pool. Just at the moment of falling into the flame pool, a white figure and a black figure fell into the flame pool and burned up. At that moment, I didn't even see Cloud dance clearly. Just when everyone thought that Nanganji had come to an end, the figure of praying for the night appeared again above the holy fire pool. Ice eyes slightly closed, the corner of the mouth overflowed with a trace of blood. That moment of Lingshan let her opponent have an opportunity to take advantage of. With the road injured, lost her life, she also recognized. Just 1 second before she fell into the flame pool, a white phantom instantly threw her out. At that moment, the white figure was swallowed by the fire and disappeared in the sea of fire. This moment of life and death conversion, so that all people cannot recall. Yunwu looked at the disappearance of Nanganji, eyes calm, terrible. The first reaction is Sitolan. He runs to the edge of the holy fire pool and looks at the sea of flames. His pretty eyebrows are wrinkled. In the holy fire pool, there was no sudden figure he expected. Cloud Dance looks back at green eyes. Cold figure is surrounded by black power, like ghosts. One life. I want the whole beast gate to be buried with me. The extremely cold roar made everyone feel cold. Lord, the Lord just asked us to release the dark beasts, but didn't say to kill them. Otherwise we. The man behind Green Eye hesitated when he looked at everyone's appearance. Bang! With a wave of his hand, the figure of the man was embedded in the stone wall, spitting blood, struggling twice, and there was no other action. Green Eye looked back at several people behind him. Now, if you don't kill them, no one will want to finish the task. If you can't finish the task, you might as well die in their hands. After hearing the words, the man in black robe bowed his head. A trace of killing intention instantly attacked the space. Cloud Dance's eyes are cold, and the evil power of ghosts lingers in the body. At that moment, her whole person was fused with the power of Mojave. The power of Mojave dyed the elements of wind and fire, and directly attacked Green Eye. Pay for your life. After that, he was dressed in a flaming red suit, like a piece of ice in the fire. The snake sword was full of sharp light, with a trace of bloodthirsty scarlet. He shot out quickly, and every blow was fatal. Long Qingxie, Situlan, Meng Bai, and Shengwan were followed by a fight between killing and being killed. As a result, only one party could live. When swords and swords collide, their clothes are in a mess, their hair is messy, and their eyes are burning. That battle reached boiling point until the Holy Land was stained with blood and the bones were sealed up. In addition to crying, life was more than death. Quiet, after the fierce battle, the Holy Land fell into a stillness like silence. The smell of blood filled the Holy Land. A few restless breaths reverberated, and the sense of suffocation of death filled the senses. Stab! The sound of a split skin. Ah! The scream went on, and the sound of clenching and clucking reverberated. The black flame broadsword was inserted in the heart of Green Eye, burning the fire of darkness. It was entering at a very tormenting speed. What are you going to do with the dark beast? Cloud Dance Star, eye plating on a layer of ice color, completely disappeared a trace of temperature. You think you are? Green Eyes strongly supported the hard words, but before they finished speaking, the black flame sword that stabbed into the skin and flesh suddenly whirled, and the blood flowed into the heart. You! Green Eyes can't believe looking at the clouds. Is this the woman's terribles? Say it. Cloud dance words without waves. It seems that she is facing a dead man. Say can die of happy, don't say that had to live not like death. Kill me. Green Eyes close their eyes. Wait for death. Say and do not say are dead. Why carry a betrayal of the Lord's end? You are so stubborn. Situ Lanjun frowned slightly. Even though he didn't know her well, he could know something about her. This answer is what she wants to hear most now. Is it what she wants to do most to pay homage to Nanganji with his pain? Good. The cloud dances the vermilion lips to outline an ice arc. The black flame big knife suddenly disappeared in the hand. Looking back to pray the night. Die not miserably enough, I don't agree. Suddenly, when he pinches his fingers in the air, the pupil of Green Eye suddenly enlarges and his face begins to turn red. When his slender fingers turn, the whole person of Green Eye flies on the holy fire pool. As long as he puts down his strength, he will die. Let go, don't let go, Pine, don't let me down. Green Eye struggled incoherently, looking at the burning holy fire pool under her, looking scared. Loose or not, it can meet your requirement. Pray for the night to squeeze more tightly. Look has reached the point of ice cold, ignore others. The corners of the mouth actually with a trace of hearty smile, that smile on behalf of death. Put drive me Green Eye was choked face red, struggling to breathe. Good. She agrees happily. The Mao son of Sun Han droops, strength a loose. Green Eye whole person instantly falls. Ah! In the second after Green Eye was reborn, death came again, and the holy fire pool was near. It's a pity to kill such a good chance. Warm and cool voice in this red space is like a Qinbing spring, which makes people feel comfortable instantly. All eyes were fixed on the burning pool of the holy fire for a moment. Just that sound, hallucination? Just 1 second before Green Eye fell into the flame pool, a white figure appeared with a hazy flame. With a spin, Green Eye was kicked out of the flame pool. White figure broke through the hazy, clearly stood at the edge of the flame pool, looking at everyone in a mess. Looking at the battle has been completed when Chun's voice is thin, cool, and calm. Is it finished so soon? It seems that I'm still a little late. The figure, the voice, is not Nanganji. Who is it? Are you okay? Looking at the intact Nangong, Meng Bai's eyebrows stand up and fall into the holy fire pool. How can it be okay? Nangong smile. No response. White yarn under the eyes have been looking at Cloud Dance. Or just ask you the question again. Cloud Dance strange eyes looking at the South Palace. After a long time, just like Sea Ghost General. Why are you okay? That they just desperately like 3 pores? Isn't it a little too much? That's because the fire pool is spiritual. Without waiting for Nangong E to answer, Imoen smiles first. People seem to understand slightly jawhead, seems to be able to understand what he said, and seems not to understand what he said. No matter, he's okay. He inspired us to do a big job. It's worth it anyway. Shangwana smile. Uninhibited corners of the mouth cannot help but yawn. Several people look at each other and smile. They all agree and nod. They pray for the night to take the sword and recover their black clothes. The cold eyes have turned into calm ice color, without Bingson just now. Nangong E looks at her and nods to him, praying that the night is completely invisible. He turns to the other side and sits down with his hands around his chest. The next thing is that she doesn't have to do it. The radiant of Cloud Dance's lips was a little deeper. He came to Green Eyes and squatted down. His attitude was not so gloomy and terrible as before, but a kind of smile instead of a smile. I'm in a good mood now. I can give you a chance. What chance? A chance to die better? A chance to live? Smell speech. Green Eyes suddenly a lift. Some can't believe. You don't have to die like you don't believe what I said. I'll do it myself. I'll give you 3 seconds. Yunwu stood up and stretched out a finger. His indifferent eyes glanced at Dragon Qingxie, and his eyes were full of smiles. Release the dark beast and destroy the Phoenix family. Green Eyes finally said it. Hearing the words, the desert looks cold. He has not heard of the Beast Gate, but the Phoenix family has nothing to do with them. Now he's going to say something to destroy the Phoenix family, which makes him puzzled. Don't you just want to control it? Cloud Dance, slightly pick eyebrows. What we want is the people and spiritual power of the Phoenix. What's the use of the empty shell of the Phoenix? Green Eyes disdain a hum. Between the words there is a glimmer of obscure pride. Cloud Dance, but caught. What's the purpose? Gu Wu's broadsword was suddenly put on the Blue Eye's neck, and his cold words were a little impatient. He had a feeling of being fooled. It was very bad. Bang! There was a loud noise in the air, and the sound crackled in the holy space. Bad. Cloud Dance, hard as surprised. Turn around to leave. Don't go. It's too late. Green Eyes, haha, smile. Smile is more proud and disdain. If there is no accident, most of the Phoenix people are in the world of Beast Gate now. Or they won. Cloud Dance, Ice Mao am I, indifference way. Trouble which helped me kill him. I'm happy to do it for you. I'll do it. Meng Bai and Shangguan answered at the same time, like playing with the general, endless destruction. Outside, there was a roar, a crash, and a splash. They all knew that the Holy Land would soon be unsafe. You can leave. Long Qingxie's sword eyebrows wrinkled slightly and watched Yunwu blink in the direction of Xiaoqiu. She looked along the direction of Dragon's Evil, only to see the border emitting bursts of golden light. The movement inside the border began to be restless. Of course, this can only be felt by Cloud Dance. Is it going to break through the border? The Cloud Dance star's eyes skimmed and pondered and removed the boundary. At the moment when the boundary disappeared, everyone looked at the little stink in the boundary, which was an unacceptable appearance. Turn is it in human form? Shangguan stuttered at the figures in the air, as if he saw something unacceptable. In the sky, the little stink of golden phoenix feather had disappeared and was replaced by a handsome young man in a silver robe. The handsome boy looked at the crowd curiously and finally put his eyes on Yunwu. As soon as his white teeth were exposed, he came flying. Mama! People look at the young man with Cloud Dancing neck and then look at the dark face of the dragon. Cloud Dance face of black. Quietly will be small stink in the body pulled down in the shock to restore the usual indifference, cold way. How old are you, intelligence? The crowd fell to the ground. Small Stinky puzzled staring round Gula's eyes, thinking, I don't know. Then he grinned and said, Mama. Then he wanted to dance with the clouds, but he was blocked by an ape. We don't have a son yet. Dragon Qingxie drags Cloud Dance into his arms, with a warning in his eyes. Who are you? Let go of Mama. Little Stinky tugs at the clouds. Do you mind if I do? Dragon Qingxia dances in the clouds and smiles. The danger in the smile is obvious. Cloud dance face a black. They two fight is another trouble. This little stink looks pretty and has big eyes. He looks like a carefree and bright young man. But when his IQ is still small stink, what kind of thing is that? No evolution, okay? Originally, I just had a pet son, but now it's okay. Here comes a real son who is taller than her. Let's have a look at the dragon with a warning smile on his face. It's dark, I have something else to do. Go back to Jijia first, and discuss your problems when you have time. Looking at the two people with big eyes and small eyes, Cloud Dance's eyes pass by a trace of urgency quietly. Take advantage of the fact that things are not irreparable. Get one first. Mama! Little Stinky nodded with a smile. His white teeth were as bright as diamonds. His big eyes were a crack with a smile. His thick eyes were slightly bent up, and his smile was more brilliant than the sun. Cloud Dance helps the forehead. Is a demon again. Who will take it? The next second, the little stinky figure shakes and flies up in the air. At the moment when the phoenix appeared, the whole space was like a golden palace, shining with gold everywhere, as if every stone crack could emit gold. And the noumenon of Little Stink is actually very few golden wings. Within the Phoenix clan, there was a mess, and the screams continued. As long as you belong to the Beast Gate, you can stay here and live. Promise them. It depends on how you decide whether the Phoenix clan can exist. Feng Wing was dressed in red, but she said she would rather die than follow. You have already become their running dog. The Feng Wang people would rather die than let them do whatever they want. Get them out of here! Suddenly, the golden light suddenly appeared in the sky of the Phoenix nationality, with the Holy Land as the center radiating around. All of a sudden, the Phoenix family seems to be plated with a layer of gold film, and its vision is hazy, just like illusion. Whether it is living or dead, it seems to be exultant. The withered leaves rustle. The blood-stained grass hold their heads high, the cut branches swaying in the wind, as if they had life. It's Yao Huang. It's Yao Huang. It's really the patron saint. Work hard, kill them, protect Yao Huang, protect the Phoenix family. The bloody battle began. In the Holy Land, Yunwu looks at the little stink that has changed so much and appears in horror. Is this little thing really the pure blood demon Huang that the priest said? Mama! A soft call, make Cloud Dance instantly back to God, forced to bear the appearance of shaking. Mind a turn, the small stink back to space. It's really golden blood. Emoan looks at the little stink in the air and looks dull again. Phoenix's most noble blood, pure blood demon Huang with golden blood? Is it really him? Well, go out and have a look. Cloud Dance glanced at a few people. A swept body disappeared in the space. The purpose of the Beast Gate is to release the Dark Beast. If they enter the Holy Land and release the Dark Beast, the Phoenix clan will not be able to protect it. Just when Yunwu's several people arrived at the battle site, the scene in front of them surprised everyone. It's actually a fight between the Phoenix people and the Beast men standing on one side like watching a play. Stop it all! As soon as Emoan's figure was swept away, he stood between the two people who were fighting. With a wave of his hand, he separated the two groups in an instant. Do you know what you're doing? The crowd turned red. When they saw the dark desert, they still stopped. They all held weapons and did not speak. There was still blood dripping in the sky. Brother, everyone has his own purpose. You can't control their thoughts. Feng Weinu stood aside, saw the desert dark, mouth with a smile, look empty and indifferent. Shut up, Emoan roared angrily, and his eyes were angry. You are the saint of the Phoenix family. You took the lead in the riot. I knew I shouldn't have let you out at the beginning. Your Highness, we have received the grace of the saints. We will only be loyal to the saints in our lifetime, but we will never be loyal to them. One of the Feng Wang people pointed to the people of the 10,000 Beast Gate, and then looked at another group of Feng Wang people. If you dare to hurt the saint, we will not give up, but if they dare to hurt the Feng Wang people, they can't let go. Cloud Dance sneers and raises the corner of his mouth. It's really lively. It's still chaotic when cutting. Long Qingxia agreed to nod. And then the golden eyes looked at the cloud dance with a smile, extremely evil. Dare their patron saint let it out. Make things more interesting. Smell speech. Cloud dance hang mao to meditate shun. Glanced at him one eye. Sneer at, have what dare not. Her heart read a move, directly put out the small stink. Suddenly, the golden light appeared again, and the whole phoenix family was shrouded in the golden haze. It's guarding Yao Huang. In the crowd, a voice of surprise called out. The phoenix people look at the little stink and look shocked. The golden blood, which has never appeared in 1,000 years, actually appears now. Little Smelly ignored the surprised eyes of those people, and could only let the cloud dance in his eyes, numb. Here cloud dance is called a facial expression dark. They're here foot of facial expression gloomy. Son, it's my son. Feng Weina looked at Xiaoqiu, mixed with sadness and joy, jumped in the air, swept to Xiaoqiu's side, and said excitedly, Son, is it really you? Small Stinky, suspicious, looking up and down Feng Wang, strange as did not push away. Ignore her, probably this is the blood-thick and water affection induction. But his attitude to Feng Wing is far less than his kindness to Yunwu. In the crowd, people heard Feng Wangnu calling for her son. They couldn't believe it. It was the noble blood of gold. How could it be the son of a saint? How can she be the descendant of the dark beast? How can she become the patron saint of our phoenix family? What kind of dark beast in their place? He is as noble as us and is called the dark beast. Is it reasonable to have such blood? We Phoenix clan, and they have no intersection, also can't have intersection. Evil beast is evil beast. The offspring of evil beast can't stay. Yes, you can't stay. All the crusades cover up all the justice, and all the spearheads seem to point at Xiaoqiu for a moment. Even Yunwu's eyes on Xiaoqiu have changed. Do you hear that? He's the son of Phoenix and the dark beast. Shangguan looked at Xiaoqiu with indescribable admiration. It's really a wonderful blood. I'm not deaf. Cloud Dance Light glanced at him one eye, then looked at the dragon to pour evil. You said put it out. The next result you can expect? No one could have imagined that the pure blood demon Huang of the Phoenix family appeared, and someone wanted to kill her. This was unexpected at the beginning. Although he knows that there are dark lineages in Xiao Smelly's body, those dark lineages have been washed by the holy fire pool, and now they are pure Phoenix's golden blood. Who knows they can't do that? Some narcissistic and self-confident demon shakes his head like a god. He has miscalculated. Next we should change places. Long Qingxie's sword eyebrow is picked, and his smile makes Yunwu feel uncomfortable. As soon as the dragon's evil words were finished, the eyes of all the Fenghuang people turned to them. Then a sentence let them fall into the situation of jumping into the Yellow River. Thank you for your guidance. Otherwise you can't win the Phoenix clan so easily. The patriarch will thank you. Cloud Dance. I said, do you have good brains? It's really troublesome for us to destroy you, Phoenix clan. Why don't we just use him? Shangguan yelled at the Phoenix people. I don't understand the simple reason. Is it really small? No matter why, they control my son, otherwise he would not be with a group of human beings. Now that he is safe, he must kill them and avenge the humiliation of the Phoenix clan. Feng Weng pointed to Yunwu, said the anger sonorous, as if she really kidnapped the little stink. God knows, she has always refused little stink. There's nothing wrong with his blood. In this case, we'll kill these hypocritical human beings first, and then deal with the affairs within the clan. After that, a group of people will dance to the clouds, and they will start. Moen's face was gloomy, and his palm made a stop sign. Wait, Your Highness, do you really believe in these people? One of them felt that Moen was bewitched by Cloud Dance and began to question his next decision. Don't hurt me. Small stinky mouth spits out fire. Angry roar, but IQ is a little anxious. Threat is not enough. I'm your mother. Feng Huing looks at Xiaoqiu, looks sad, then stares at Yunwu angrily. I'll kill you. Suddenly, the phantom of the phoenix came, and the roaring wings were very sharp. The phoenix people who trusted Feng Wangnu, seeing her dealing with Yunwu, yelled, Kill these human beings. and the descendants of the dark beast can't keep them. Half of the people attacked several people in Chaoyan dance, and the other half attacked Xiaoqiu. Within 4 weeks, they were blocked. That's the patron saint of the Phoenix family. Whoever moves will die. At the command of Moen, the Fenghuang people who followed his orders immediately launched a guard offensive. Cloud Dance Phoenix Mao 1 Mi. This circumstance cannot do very well. One force is powerful, and the other 2 forces are scattered dregs. If you look at the people of the Beast sect who are still watching, you can see the undercurrent surging. Fenghuang, should all those who stop you be killed? Don't forget, they killed your son. The voice of the man in the black robe echoed in the space, full of bewitching. Cloud Dance frown is goo. Generally speaking, the Phoenix clan is divided into 2 groups. One group obeys Moen's protection of Xiaoqiu, while the other group listens to Fenghuang and kills Xiaoqiu. Fenghuang is involved in it and can't help it. But the goal of the people of the Beast Gate is not on them. They are staring at Yinwu all the time, looking at the covetous 10,000 beast men, looking at the whole Phoenix people who gave orders to kill them. The cloud danced, and the eyes were cold. A bunch of pig brains. Let's go. The clouds are dancing, and the voice is cold. That's it. Shengwan looked at the confused crowd and thought he had heard wrong. Or are you waiting to be besieged by the 2 major forces? And then a battle of exhaustion? Cloud Dance glanced at him indifferently, and his voice was cold. Smell speech, the upper official mouth corner twitches for a while. The pain on the body has not been alleviated when fighting with 10,000 Beast Gate now. In the battle of normal, estimate the whole person is useless. Kill them. A shout. No matter want to kill small stink or protect small stink of the Phoenix people. All the spearhead at Yinwu a few people directly kill. Yinwu's forehead wrinkled and glanced at the little stink that was still struggling. In his eyes, he thought for a moment. One of them disappeared in front of the crowd, followed by several others. Stop chasing me. Moen looked at the disappearing Cloud Dance and gave a low roar. Now most of the Fenghuang people, like Fenghuang, are bewitched by the Beast sect. They can't tell whether they are friends or enemies. If they don't stop them, I said let them go. The Mo dark tone is extremely cold. Looking back to stare one, I'd still want to talk that person. They all looked at each other and said nothing more. Moen glances at the people of the Beast Gate. His eyes are cold, but there is no way. I'm afraid the once-in-a-thousand-year riot of the Phoenix clan can't be calmed down by himself. It's up to them. He looks at the direction where the clouds are disappearing and ponders a little. The bear of the Beast Gate watched the Cloud Dance leave, and his look was not different, as if everything was in their expectation. The leader went to Fenghuang and said, Fenghuang, now your son has come back, but he still doesn't want to admit you. Do you want to know why? Why? Fenghuang heard his words, and a trace of pain passed in her eyes. Because it has a contract with human beings. As long as the contract is destroyed, it will come back to you. This word's Fenghuang knew originally sad eyes instantly become some empty dull, finally into nod. Seeing Fenghuang's appearance, the beast people's satisfied smile appeared. Then they looked at the Phoenix people. Your patron saint, I'll help you to come back. I'll kill you or stay. I'll do it myself. The crowd murmured, discussing the meaning of his words. Do you think we can let you go? One of them looked at the beast man fiercely. Aha, can we pass it? We're not has the final say. The arrogant voice reverberated in the air, and those beast men disappeared in the same place like ghosts. Just when the Fenghuang people were going to chase them, Fenghuang stood in front of them. Her eyes were sharp and indifferent, and said, I see who dares to go. The crowd frowned slightly. For a moment, they seemed to find something. Saint, even if we don't care about those human beings, it can't stay. We must kill him. Everyone, protect Yaohuang with me. A battle of killing and protecting has begun. Hidden in a corner of the black-robed people looking at this scene, cold smile emerged. Just keep this fight has continued. In a desolate mountain, a few barren mountains are indistinctly visible. Occasionally, there are several dead trees with fallen leaves. A whirlwind sweeps by, and the air around them is strange. Do you think these people are stupid? Shengwan looked at no one coming after him. He took a deep breath and opened his mouth in depression. What can we do without killing them? Mengbai nodded helplessly. The Dark Beast family and the Phoenix family are old enemies, but the two families are combined to have children. Half of them are dark blood, and the others are light blood. Do you want to kill or stay? If you keep it, if he inherits the nature of the Dark Beast, the Phoenix will suffer. If you kill him, he will be the patron saint of the Phoenix. It's really a difficult problem. But the most difficult thing is the appearance of the Beast Gate. Xiao Wu, guess what the Beast Gate should do now? Situ Lan dances in the clouds, picking his eyebrows and pointing a little. Cloud Dance droops eyes to sneer. This still need to ask? Disturbing the Phoenix is just an episode. Releasing the Dark Beast is their goal. Once the Dark Beast comes out, they can't leave any of them and the Phoenix. Thinking of this, a trace of worry passed between her eyebrows. If the Dark Holy Beast was really bewitched by the Beast Gate and pursued them, it would be over. Bang! In the distance, there was a huge dull sound. Several people take a look, pupil Mao, and all show surprised look. Am I right? The first one to speak is Shangwan. What time is this? Mengbai held out a finger. 1. That means you're right. Mengbai looked at the distance and said without thinking. Cloud Dance and Dragon Qing Evil looking at a scene in the distance. The same sharp eyes with a trace of horror. In the distance, the huge mountain peak broke away from the middle and was falling to both sides in an inverted H shape. What surprised them more was that the trace that split from the middle was as if it had been carved by a knife. It was as smooth as a polished stone wall without any defect. In the distance, the hazy wind sweeping the dust is coming rapidly, and the clouds can feel the strange power of the wind. Her eyes shrink. That's it. Get away from it. She called out. In the second after her voice fell, the hurricane passed quickly, like a blade flat. Looking back, half of the dead wood that used to stand well behind them has been cut off. If you look around, everything beyond that distance has been cut off. A wind that even the mountain peak can be cut off with no effort. What a strange power. What is that? Nangongyi looks at the destructive wind that is still destroying and frowns. That power is absolutely hard to contend with. The answer you want to know should be there. Yunwu looks at the mountain cut off in the distance. Her sharp eyes pass a sneer. At that moment, she sees a shadow. Although she is not sure whether it is a human shadow, it is definitely not an illusion. She wanted to see what the shadow wanted to do. I don't know if I can come up again after I go in. Long Qingxia looks at the gap of the mountain peak and glances at the Cloud Dance with a smile. The tone of the words is very strange. You know you're not going to come, are you? Cloud Dance back to his calm smile, and then look at the mountain again, smile cold. Even if they don't go there and turn around, she believes that it's easier to get in than to get out. Then go and have a look. If you don't like it, you'll be flat. If you don't like it, you'll be killed. Shangwan mouth uninhibited rays the strange atmosphere around. They all feel that it is a demonstration, is a threat, is naked, did not give them any retreat. After leaving the human world, it seems that I haven't felt like giving my life to God for a long time and killing at will with my life. Sido Lan pressed a few fingers. Junlang's smile concealed the ruthless indifference. Long Qingxia nodded in agreement, and then circled the willow waist dancing in the clouds. All the way forward, the corner of his mouth was full of charm. Little thing, just that thing is the phantom. One phantom is the sand. 10 ghosts of power. Just those powers. There should be hundreds of ghosts. If not so many, it's not easy to do. Phantom. As the saying goes, ghost. The shadow was not only seen by Yunwu, but also by Long Qingxi. Of course, Yunwu knows what he means. If there are not so many ghosts in it, the power of that one will make them deal with it seriously. In the wind filled with dust, there was a trace of mystery and gloom, flying in the ears of several people, like saying something and crying something. Several people cautiously walked to the cut mountain peak. Under the crack, there was only a hole more than 1 person wide. Looking along the hole, there was no light. Yunwu and Long Qingxi look at each other. They all know that if they go down, life and death will be unknown. Now that they all appear, why do you dare not appear stealthily? The cloud danced around the mountain. There was a flame in his eyes, but it was cold and angry. It seems that this mountain peak has been desolate for hundreds of years, so few people pass by. Why is there such a strange place hidden here? If you know that you can't leave, why don't you come down and find out? With a smile of banter, it came out in the cave. The sound was like 1,000 years of quiet tan shui. Suddenly someone threw a stone on that side. It was a crisp but memorable old sound. Cloud, dance, willow, eyebrow, a bend. Slightly drooping eyes, dark, turn around. Suddenly slightly lift eyes. I ground across a trace of surprise and danger. Looking back at Long Qingxie. Long Qingxie is also looking at her. It is still the familiar evil smile and the lazy evil look. You will not miss the problem she found. This is a boundary of space, an ancient boundary isolated from the world. The dragon scroll gave her a message. This border is a border left by people in ancient times. It's to imprison the people inside to death. This border uses the elements of heaven and earth. If it's not the top summoner, no one can open it. There's only one way to die. It should be the man who was imprisoned thousands of years ago. But the man is dead, and only a wisp of ghost is still floating. As a ghost, he can't escape the boundary. Why aren't you worried at all? Cloud Dance is curious. Long Qingxie knows their current situation, why they don't look abnormal at all. The dragon tilts evil spirit to smile. Lazy thin lip stirs up radiant. Dotes to drown of look to her. Worry also have no use. And you discover his that second. We entered this boundary. Cloud Dance surprised. She actually found out now. Is there any way to break it? Cloud Dance looks at the dragon. Break it? There was a surprise query in the cave, followed by a burst of laughter. If you can break the barrier, I will do whatever you want me to do. Oh! Cloud Dance disdains to sneer. What can a ghost do? There was a silent silence in the cave, with a sound of heartbreak. I can't do anything, but I know a lot more than you do. Can this attract you? Cloud Dance sneer again. Even this border do not know how to break. Dare to say you know more? Inside the cave, the sound of heart beating came, obviously a little impatient. Can you think of a way to crack it? No way. She's telling the truth. It's obvious that she can't break the barrier. Well, you don't want to let me out? The voice became a little surly. It was obviously infuriated by Yunwu's words. The next second, it turned into a voice of schadenfreude. If you can't let me out, you can only stay here with me. After many years, a few ghosts will be able to play mahjong together. Smell speech, Cloud Dance facial expression slightly a change. He is to want to open, you become a ghost, and you want us to accompany you. Do you believe me to drive you out of your wits? Shangguan is not willing. This is a naked threat. Yunwu gives Shangguan a look of appreciation, but Shangguan looks at her with a strange look. Shua! A gust of wind passed by, and several other people didn't want to hide when they saw this scene. Only Shangguan jumped to one side, but was hit by the wind on the other side, and the whole person flew out. Lying trough. Shangguan scolded, patted the dust on his body, and roared. Why are you okay? Everyone's eyes looked at him calmly, without any sympathy. Little girl, will you open the border for me or not? Or you'll be next. In the cave, with a hint of irony, the voice came again. The cloud dances languidly to fold up double eyes. The eye ground light is dark some then pale some. Finally special doubt way. You say you a ghost. Want a free to do what? His response was an irrefutable silence. After a long time, a sigh came from the cave. I thought you were a summoner and could help me go out. Now your words wake me up. Since I'm useless to go out, it's better to stay with me and have fun. Then we'll go down and stay with you. The cloud dances. The corners of his mouth are twinkling, and a smile of calculation emerges. He jumps and falls into the dark cave, followed by Long Qingxie and others. The wind force that the man just used was absolutely not driven by ordinary force. She always felt that there was some special connection between the wind force and the heart of wind force. Although she didn't know what it was absolutely the right choice to go down and see the ghost. Hurricane whistling in the ear, clothes clank, determined voice constantly tearing, messy, they have reached the bottom of the hole. Quiet. It's the same feeling they've had since they came down. There are the gloomy in the ancient tombs, the quiet of the millennium-old Tam, and the cool of the hurricane cliff. How dare you jump down? Cloud Dance is to explore around with mental force. Did not find the ghost, but found a tomb that shocked her. Who are you? Frowned a willow eyebrow. The eye ground flits a silk vigilance. Ah! A burst of harsh laughter reverberated in this space, so that everyone immediately sealed the eardrum with strength. Little girl, come in here. I will satisfy all your doubts, but these messages will stay here forever. He means he'll make her understand? She sneered. How many people want to take her life? How many more people can take it? However, if this can help him to solve her doubts, it is also a sure way to make money. You have your scheme, and I have my scheme. Let's see who uses it. Let's clear our first doubt. Who are you? Shengwan walked around and asked casually. He always felt that there was a kind of gloomy feeling, some familiar and some strange. I'm a 9th priest of the Phoenix clan. When you talk, can you show up? Cloud Dance frowns, so it looks like it's really talking to a ghost. Suddenly, in the dim space, a figure appeared, like a ghost, but only wearing a white robe. Do you feel that you are not abrupt enough? The 9th priest? That must have been 1,000 years ago. Long Qingxia's golden eyes sank down the road. The man nodded, looking at a strange appreciation in his eyes. It seems that you still know about the Phoenix family. I was imprisoned here 1,000 years ago. Did the Phoenix family have any great changes 1,000 years ago? Sidolan's hands encircled his chest. In this space, he found several obvious cracks, which should be caused by the impact of huge forces. If it wasn't for the traces of fighting, it would never appear this form. Boy, you're right. As soon as the old man's figure floated and disappeared, he had already come to the front of the clouds. Do you want to hear about things thousands of years ago? Cloud Dance glanced at him, cold and proud, loved to say not to say. She concluded that if he didn't say it, he would feel sick. I don't want to hear what I have to say. Ghost to Een, appear again but don't know where to fall. Thousands of years ago, there was a fierce battle between the Phoenix family and the dark, evil beast family. Almost the whole family of the dark, evil beast family was destroyed, and there were only a few left of the Phoenix family. The guardian god died, the Phoenix family was destroyed, and I was also imprisoned. When it comes to the past, his tone is extraordinarily calm, but Yunwu hears a trace of loneliness in it. You can imagine what a bloody game it was, the power of the Dark Beast. She felt that the Phoenix clan could eliminate all the Dark Clan, leaving only one Dark Beast, which also paid too much. With the disappearance of the patron saint, the imprisonment of the priests, and the destruction of the old nest, the Phoenix clan thousands of years ago should have been disintegrated, and now it is admirable to be able to return to such a noble status. It's a pity that if we don't stop what's going to happen now, the Phoenix family will repeat the mistakes of 1,000 years ago. Why are you telling us that? Cloud Dance finally found the shadow in the corner. Some puzzled asked. Although she wanted to know about these things, she didn't ask. He volunteered to say them, but she didn't quite understand. Why did she take the initiative to mention the previous things to her? These things have been in my heart for thousands of years. Now I finally meet people. How can I not tell others about them? So that's the reason he wanted to tell her, simple and rude. When everyone relaxed their vigilance, a pig-like roar came from the distance. Cloud Dance looks back, looking at the figure of Shengwan running away at top speed. Willow eyebrow twists slightly. Pinched by ghost? There's only one ghost here. Where's the ghost coming from? It's not a ghost. It's something more terrifying than a ghost. Shengwan jumped up to Yunwu and touched his arm. His expression was more terrible than seeing ghosts. Cloud Dance suspiciously glances at him, glances at the direction of Shengwan's running out. As soon as the figure sweeps, it goes in that direction. Little girl, you can't get in there. The ghosts flash, instantly blocking the cloud around. If you want me to be here with you, can you defend me every day? Cloud Dance pick eyebrows, slightly provocative. The old ghost's expression was distorted, and his figure was hidden, making way for Yunwu. Let Weifu have a look. Without waiting for Yunwu to get up, a white figure had already floated in. Looking at the white figure, Yunwu picked his mouth slightly and followed him closely. And the rest of those people and that old devil opened up contact. The specific content should be about the heart of the wind. When Yunwu saw the evil figure of dragon again, he stood motionless at the door of a stone room, as if he was looking at something interesting. I'm so absorbed in it that there's not a naked beauty in it. Is there? Cloud dance a smile. Smile more than a trace of expectations. Naked beauty is not as good as you. Longqing Xie turned around and fished Cloud Dance into his arms. Yu said, "It's not as good as your naked appearance. Go to hell." Cloud Dance took the opportunity to give him a heavy fist. Think of the naked was he saw all over. She was angry not to hit a place. This evil. In the quiet chamber of secrets, the only bright place in the cave, the light just like the snow-covered crystal, just like the pouring of silver moonlight, only lit up the small chamber of secrets. When she saw the scene in the stone room, although not as exaggerated as Shangwan, she was also shocked. In the stone chamber, there are 2 blue stone coffins and a pile of white bones, as well as 2 non-rotten corpses. One has a bronze dagger in his heart, and the other is strangled by silver wire around his neck. Those white bones are all human skulls and body parts, one by one skulls, in the bright light, especially strange and gloomy. There seems to be something special about this coffin. Longqing Xie looked at the coffin with his eyebrows. The coffin was surrounded by green awns, like the spiritual power of the coffin itself. Yunwu looked at the coffin with a red flame phoenix tattooed on it, but she felt as if she had seen the shape of the phoenix somewhere, and there was a line written on the side of the coffin. The tomb of the guardian god of the beast family, the patron saint of the phoenix family. Yunwu was a little surprised that the tomb of Phoenix guardian god was here. Was she also imprisoned here? Suddenly, her eyes were attracted by a bright pearl. The light in the whole stone room seemed to be illuminated by it. At this time, the golden light of the dragon in my mind reappears. The specific function of the pearl is not recorded. Is there anything else that is not recorded in detail? Jilingzu, it sounds like it's very powerful. It's only used for lighting here. Isn't it a bit wasteful? Looking back at the dragon, Yunwu picks his eyebrows. A trace of gloom passes through his golden eyes, and then he nods. He found the abnormal cloud dance in the fundus of his eyes, but as he didn't find it, he resolutely extended his magic hand to the pearl, which was slow and tormenting. "Don't touch it!" A very angry roar rang out. After Yunwu got the Ju Lingzhu, the old ghost looked at the Ju Lingzhu in Yunwu's hand, looking dull. "You." Cloud Dance looking at the hand suddenly bright, unusual move of gather spirit bead. Tiny CU eyebrow. "You what?" Ju Lingzhu came into her hands, and seemed to be a little restless. The bright light just now was a little hot. She felt that the palm of her hand seemed to be burned by something. "Throw it away." "Ah!" There was a rapid cry and a cry of pain. After 2 sharp voices, the stone chamber fell into a dead silence. Cloud Dance collapsed to the ground. Dragon Qing Evil will hold her in his arms, golden eyes dark, but with a smile of satisfaction. And the old man looked at the empty hands of Cloud dancing, and his face was dull again. "Little girl, do you want to kill me?" Coma in the hazy, Cloud Dance seems to hear the old ghost in her ear constantly creak crooked, while complaining while resentment. A moment also does not stop. It seems that he is saying something. This bead is his only hope to open the border. But his hope was now hers, though not her own. In the quiet stone room, occasionally a wind of the lunar calendar comes, blowing away the hair and stirring the clothes. The 2 figures stand opposite each other, a touch of strange, with the breath of killing running back and forth. "When did you find out?" In the strange atmosphere, there was a chill of doubt. What you do is flawless, and what you say is flawless. The evil smile of the dragon is as dangerous as the poppy chestnut growing on the edge of a cliff. It can make people fall into hell in the next second. "But you found out?" Looking at the dragon Qing Xie, the old ghost with a cold smile, some ferocious. "Where on earth did you find out?" He didn't feel that there was something wrong with him. He found his disguise. People smell like people. Do you know what you smell like? A touch of cold voice, such as winter frost swept. Hypocritical, shameless, disgusting taste. Cloud danced looking at the old ghost, the corner of the mouth yawned with a sneer. On this point of acting, who do you think you can cheat? Speaking of acting, her acting is not bad. Ah! The old ghost raised a smile and cried. Now that you have found out, I won't play with you. If you don't want to die here, open the border. Little thing, now the fate of all people is in your hands. You are the master. Dragon Ching, evil foam, Aya hook, extremely frightening heart and spleen. The tone of speech, but no joke. Cloud dance smiled jawhead. Of course she knows. Now she is the master. Looking back at the old ghost, she thought coldly. Before opening the border, I still have a few questions to ask. I'm satisfied with what I can answer. If I leave together, I can't be satisfied. We don't mind playing with you. Smell speech. The old ghost ferocious face, a een creeps, after silence for a while, still compromise. Then you ask, after asking, if you still want to play any tricks, I will deal with you one by one. Cloud dance a smile. Smile is full of irony. Jilingdan is the only power belonging to the summoner. Only the summoner can use its own spiritual power, and it will only let the summoner be the master. This should be the reason why the old ghost brought her in. Originally, he wanted to cheat her out of her trust. First he opened the border, and then he cleaned up some of them. Unexpectedly, after she entered the stone room, she found everything. He wanted to let her eat the Jilingdan, but he was afraid that he could not make sure of her. She hesitated all the time, so she pushed the boat with the current, helped him make a choice, and controlled the dominant power. Ever heard of the Heart of the Wind? When the old ghost heard that Yunwu mentioned the Heart of Wind, his face turned to one side. Now his face was full of convulsions. How do you know the Heart of the Wind? The old ghost stares at Yunwu with fierce eyes. You just need to know that you'll never get out of here without me. Cloud dance picks eyebrows. He does not have the right to ask her questions now. The old ghost glared at Yunwu and said in a cruel voice, "The Heart of the Wind is the sacred thing of the Phoenix people thousands of years ago. It disappeared in the war thousands of years ago. Whoever owned it?" Cloud danced tiny squint eyes son. Stare at the old ghost's expression for a moment, not instantaneous. After she asked, the old ghost's face slightly changed. That instant she knew the answer. Are you right? The old ghost bowed his head and remained silent for a long time. Finally he nodded. She guessed right. The strong wind that cut off the mountains and dead trees was the power of the Heart of the Wind, which was why she knew the danger and wanted to jump down. What the hell is that? Why do you have so many questions? The old ghost's face suddenly looks up and stares at the clouds. His face is very twisted. His eyes are blood red and exude strange blood color. His face is as thin as a skeleton. His eyes are tightly sunken and his tusks are protruding. If she were a normal person, she would have lost her soul. Unfortunately, she is not a normal person. Do you answer or not? Old ghost Canthus Fang's eyes fierce. It seems to have nearly collapsed, but still forced to endure under the anger, is a kind of control of wind crystal things. What is Fengning crystal? Cloud dance frowns. I have never heard of it. There are many elements in the wind. Fengning crystal is one of the purest elements. It's the witchcraft of the ancient Phoenix people. You don't understand it. Please open the border to me. The old ghost roared violently, and the whole cave trembled faintly. The constant echo of the ghost's cry made Yunwu feel that the voice of the ghost was really so desolate. Even an angry and violent old ghost, if I understand, I still need you to say, be specific. Cloud Dance's eyes are cold, and a pair of purple pupils stare at the old ghost, which looks strange in the dark. The dark smell of the body is winding around. The long hair is slowly drifting away. The danger is amazing. The bloodthirsty is cold. The old ghost looks at this scene, unconsciously shivers this feeling. How do you think she is the real ghost? The old ghost's fierce anger unexpectedly unconsciously retreated, and finally completely lost its momentum. Like farming beans, it is a good idea to extract the essence of beans. The Heart of the Wind can extract the essence of the wind and make it urgent. The old ghost's tone became flat and explained patiently. Cloud danced slightly jaw-head, purple pupil eyes and the faint burning of a cluster of flame. Danger burned to the old ghost. "Where's my friend?" "In another chamber." The old ghost bowed his head respectfully and glanced at Yunwu. He thought she would be angry and fly him away, but she nodded very quietly. Yunwu regains its momentum and recovers its usual indifference. The Heart of Wind has disappeared thousands of years ago. No wonder we haven't heard its whereabouts all the time. It's troublesome to find something lost thousands of years ago. Did it make the boundary? Dragon Qing Xie looked at one of the blue stone coffins, stroked the phoenix totem seal on it, and asked thoughtfully, "Besides him, who else has the ability to die with me?" Looking at the blue stone coffin, the old ghost looked ferocious for a moment, then strangely showed an ugly smile. "But he died. I still have a little consciousness, or he lost." Long Qingxie's golden eyes were slightly astringent, and his thin lips were slightly picked up. The priest of the Phoenix family betraying the Phoenix family, getting this end, is really too light. In a word, two people were surprised. "You mean he?" Cloud Dance's eyes changed slightly. "What are you talking about?" The old ghost's voice became angry. The evil looking back at the old ghost, step by step toward him, the old ghost step by step back, golden eyes with a trace of killing flame. At that moment, the dragon is strange. "I mean, you lost." Dragon Qing Xie suddenly stopped, laughing chilly. You. The old ghost seemed to see something unbelievable, and his whole body could not help shaking slightly. "Are you all right?" Yunwu walks to Longqingxi with cool eyes. At this moment, Longqingxi is really weird. If it wasn't for the familiar smell, she would really think that he was possessed by something. Long Qingxie put away his strange look and danced to the clouds with a charming smile. "Little thing, are you scared by Wei Fu? Hold for your husband." She was wrong to worry about him. Long Qingxie put the cloud dance in her arms, the thin lips of evil spirit on her neck, and a trace of ambiguous atmosphere lit up the whole stone room in an instant. The old ghost couldn't help parting his head when he saw this scene. At that moment, a strange radiance appeared between the dragon's evil lips. The thin lips opened slightly in her ear, and the next second had restored the ambiguity. "Get out of here!" Yunwu pushes the dragon away, arranges his clothes unnaturally, leaves him cold, and stays in front of the blue stone coffin. The old ghost laughs at this scene, and then looks at the cloud dance behind Long Qingxie. "Young is good, little girl. You know what you want to know? It's time to open the border for me?" Because the location of Long Qingxie Station just blocks the sight of the old ghost, the old ghost can't see the shadow of cloud dance. The border is open. "Do you need a corpse to live? Whose body do you want?" The indifferent voice rang from behind the dragon. The next second, the dragon moved 2 steps to the left. When the old ghost saw the cloud dance, his face suddenly changed, and his face suddenly became stiff. Yunwu was squatting in front of the sarcophagus of the patron saint of the Phoenix nationality, with a line of golden words on the sarcophagus. "This is the boundary. The people in the boundary must be killed. The ghosts in the boundary must be destroyed." Yunwu stood up and drew a perfect curve at the corner of his mouth. "Do you think I'll kill you or keep you? Otherwise, let's make a deal. Maybe I can promise not to kill you. What qualifications do you have to deal with me?" Between the words, the figure of the old ghost on the opposite side is hidden. When he shows up again, his figure is doubled. The old ghost looked at the cloud dance and dragon poor evil, arrogantly looked up at the sky and laughed. The unreal shadow constantly changed position, for a while on the wall, for a while on the surface. It seemed that there was no place he could not go, only outside the border. "It doesn't matter if you don't agree." Cloud Dance lips a hook, got up and walked to a coffin, along with the situation lay down, looked up and down for a while, unexpectedly, and her body shape exactly match. Can't help but face a black. This is what rhythm. Then she gave a light smile, which was lazy. "Kill me if you don't promise. There's no shortage of coffins here." Long Qingxie looks at the cloud dance, and some rogues lie on the coffin. There is a trace of helplessness in his eyes. "This little thing, are you threatening me?" A voice of great anger was aroused. "Yes." Cloud Dance answers indifferently. The old ghost saw that Yunwu's answer was clean and neat. He was temporarily speechless. After a long time, he could not bear to kill him and said, "Talk about the deal." Cloud Dance a turnover and sit. Action neat, domineering. Happy, tell me the whereabouts of the heart of the wind. Other what all say. Old ghost a listen. The facial expression changed again. Cloud Dance help forehead. This old guy chameleon not become? This moment's effort has changed from frosted eggplant to tomato sauce. I tell you, can you really open the border and let me go? I said I would let you go and never break my promise. In the ancient battlefield thousands of years ago, that is under the ground of the Phoenix clan, but the entrance is extremely secret and complex. If I can go out, I will take you. Cloud Dance, slightly jaw-head, lip angle enchanting, radiant lifted, jumped down the sarcophagus to the dragon, then looked outside in different way. You don't plan to come out? As her voice fell, several figures suddenly appeared outside the stone room. Looking at Nangong, E, and other 5 people, the old ghost regretfully glanced past a trace of horror, and then changed into a smiling face and said, "You guys wake up soon? Thanks to you, we just made a turn in this hole." Nangong glances at the old ghost indifferently. His voice is warm and mellow, but with a trace of coldness. "So you've all found out. Old devil, your IQ is really worrying. As a summoner, do you think you can do this trick well in front of her?" Shangguan disdained sneer, looking at the old ghost Tai Ching face more happy. Good, good. The old ghost nodded angrily. It seems that you are not going to untie the border? The solution is to solve it, only after destroying you. Her lips a hook, black flame, sword has appeared in the hand. The magic power of Zhu Lingzhu that she just swallowed has been mixed into her whole body, but it seems that the power can only burst out in a moment, so it can't be used to deal with this old ghost. It is clearly written on the sarcophagus that the Phoenix clan fought 1,000 years ago only because he colluded with the Dark Beast family and helped the Dark Beast pass the border, which led to a 1,000-year catastrophe. In order to trap him, the patron saint of the Phoenix clan and several elders used their own strength to create the border. From then on, the old ghost was imprisoned for thousands of years, and they died with him in the border. As for the origin of these sarcophagus, she still couldn't understand. How could there be several sarcophagus in a closed border? Is it the old man's conscience? She felt that there was little possibility. I haven't been active for thousands of years. I'll have a good time with you today. The voice of Ainley resounds. The black shadow comes in an instant, the ferocity of thunder. The black flame dagger split the shadow into 2, but it didn't stop its speed. Damn it, Cloud Dance cursed. How could he forget that the old man could enter and leave the wall and floor at will? And how could he be cut off? Shwa! 2 flames light up the space. Cloud Dance's 2 palms ignited fire elements respectively, directly illuminating the shadow close at hand. Against the background of the fire, a cold and bloodthirsty smile emerges, especially creepy under the baptism of red light. Broken! Cloud Dance sneer. Palm a wave. 2 fire phoenix rub ran toward the old ghost attack. You are empty. They're also empty. Just see who is more powerful. Looking at the figure of the old ghost retreating abruptly, she laughed more bloodthirsty. Xiaowu, what else do you want to talk to him about? It's time to solve it. Xingguan didn't know where to get an apple. He said while chewing it. Yes, little Dance, so we don't have much appetite to see him. Sidalon also ate the apple. Oh, looking at this old thing's ghost appearance, I really have no appetite. Do you want to help my husband? Behind him came the vague voice of Dragon Qingxie. Cloud Dance looks back, and her face turns black. She is fighting hard here with her. Where are they eating? Also a pair of I-O flat, I-O beat expression. Eat without appetite? Get up and fight. As soon as she roared, the whole space seemed to hear the sound of gravel and dust falling to the ground, and the 3 people who were eating comfortably immediately stood up. With half an apple falling to the ground, the old ghost is immediately surrounded by 4 figures. Yunwu puts away the black flame sword and walks lazily to Nanganji and prays for the night. Let's go. As they pass by, Yunwu turned his eyes and swept away. The light at the entrance of the cave was dim and bright. Seeing her disappearing figure, Nangong Ichi looked at each other in the night and ran after her. "Little girl, you said you would let me go. How dare you break your promise?" The old ghost came with a quick roar. Cloud Dance's shallow laughter came in from the hole. "Extremely harmless. I said to let you go. That didn't say a few. In other words, even if I break my promise, so what? How can you be a man without faith?" The old ghost's eyes were fierce and sharp. Yunwu agreed with him very much, nodded slightly. "You can't be a man without faith. If the other party is also a person, you are a ghost, and I can only talk with ghosts." At the end of the speech, she did not stay any longer and disappeared at the entrance of the cave. "Do well." Long Qingxia watched the Cloud Dance leave, took advantage of a gap to retreat from the array. The shadow rhythm suddenly disappeared. "Long Qingxia, you're a black heart. Just the three of you?" The old ghost, who was just struggling, began to feel proud after the dragon left. "Shut up." 3 strokes of irresistible light suddenly lit up, shining directly through the ground above the surface. Yunwu looked at the strong light, and the radiance of his mouth rose. Bang! Ghost inlaid in the sound of the mud wall. The old ghost struggling a few body, also can't move a little. Why, how is that possible? The old ghost looks at the figure that 3 wipe leaves extremely quickly. The scarlet dim vision twinkles surprised. How can poof above the surface? Everyone has come together. The world above the Earth's surface is the same as the ordinary world, except that you can see the boundary inside and outside, but you can see nothing inside. On the contrary, you can penetrate here as if nothing happened. For example, in The Legend of People and Ghosts on TV, ghosts can see people, but people can't feel the existence of ghosts. Is a blow okay? Long Qingxia looked at the cloud dance and put away his lazy look. The only disadvantage of opening the border is that if the strength of the people who break the border is not as good as that of the people who make it, they will be twice as strong as themselves. The strength of the man who made the border is absolutely out of reach. Cloud danced slightly jaw-head, plain smile. Don't try to see how to know. She can feel the power of Jilingzhu. It should be no problem to open the border. Outside the border, the leaves all over the sky suddenly soared up, and the hanging limbs swayed constantly, leaving traces in the sky, as if telling something. Little stink? Yunwu looks at the distance and raises her eyes slightly. Although she should not feel the outside world in the border, she has a strong reaction to the little stink. Is that him? Open the border first. Nangong Yi's eyes are cool, and the insipidity of the fundus is covered by a trace of depth. What do you see? Praying for the night. Dai Mei lowered, and her ice eyes covered up a trace of complexity. He can have a premonition that there are no good things in general. He is a little prepared in his heart. It's better not to know. Cloud Dance Lien Mao a smile. Can't help but see South Palace ET's a sentence. It's a joke, but it's also looking for some relief for the next thing. Can you predict the future? It's not a fortune teller. It's a fortune teller. Meng Bai sneered and couldn't help mending the knife. He is the son of the national master of the Zhou dynasty, who inherited his father's mantle. If he said you had blood disaster, you would never lose your life. Shangguan shakes his head. He has no culture on his face. It's terrible. Except for the 2 of them, the others all looked serious. Nanganji knows, Long Qingxi knows, and Yunwu knows. Nanganji's premonition has always been closely related to her. The danger he foresees is the danger she will face. As early as the first time she saw him, she had already seen her ability of foreseeing. Suddenly, there was a strong silver light around Yunwu's body. The huge silver light whirlpool wrapped her tightly in it. The green silk was messy, the purple clothes were steep, and her eyes were cold and distant. The next second she closed her eyes slightly. Silver light suddenly stopped turning, hovered around her body, bit by bit into her skin, gradually absorbed. As time went by, she was like frost, white skin, silver, as if plated with a layer of silver frost, a hidden one, constantly burst absorption. At the moment when she opened her eyes, Everyone was shocked, including the dragon. It's a pair of silver eyes that people can't look directly at, like the soul that can see through people, like the soul that can frighten people, can't look directly at. Bang! There was a huge rush. Six white figure was instantly hit by the huge momentum, until the body came into contact with the dead tree or stone block just stopped. Bah! 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 Shangguan awkwardly got up in a pile of leaves, spitting out the leaves that he didn't want to come out of his mouth. He was dissatisfied and growled, "Xiao Wu, can you pay attention next time and want to kill us?" Meng Bai in the fall of the moment into the body of mice, a head into the soil, but also no feeling. Nanganji and Kai's skillfully transferred the momentum and were safe. And Dragon Qing Evil just retreated a few dozen steps, not a bit embarrassed, as if nothing had happened to resist the impact. Six people looked at the purple figure in the distance, and the corners of their mouths were smiling with satisfaction. Shangguan extended a thumb to her. "I'm really a summoner, but I don't know why. Everyone feels that Yunwu's face is a little strange at the moment, Xiaowu. This face is not your own." C2 Lan Jun's eyebrows pick some ridicule. He actually saw a trace of panic and uneasiness on her face. Is it his illusion? After several acquaintances, Yunwu's face was still ugly and frightened. Only a few people realized that something was really wrong. "How do you?" Shangguan, a few words haven't export. That white-purple figure suddenly dropped, instantly disappeared in the horizon. "Little five, little dance." Suddenly, the white shadow like the wind also disappeared in the blink of an eye on the horizon. Meng Bai, Sidulan, and Shangguan take a step back and feel a little relieved. Nangong, he looks at the surface of the ground and takes a step back quietly. A thin and cool smile appears under the white yarn. Facing the wind, two figures embrace each other. White clouds and mists are hazy. Flowers and grass are on both sides. Butterflies fly. Geese fly, just like the most beautiful fairyland in the world. "Little thing, I wish you could be so good forever." Dragon Qing Evil Circle Cloud Waist, some cool thin lips attached to her ear, with a trace of charm. Looking at the top of the people who are greeting, mouth raised a smile. "When I become disabled one day, I can do what you want." Yunwu can't help rolling his eyes. This guy's preference is different from that of normal people. He should like to give him an inflatable doll. The power of the Jilingdan is really strong. She uses herself as a container to gather the power of the Jilingdan, and then releases it all to open the border. However, she didn't expect that her body was paralyzed because she couldn't bear the sudden power. What she didn't expect was that there was a cliff under the boundary. Paralyzed and on a cliff. Can she not be frightened or sad, feel better? Dragon Qing Evil attached to her ears, like silk around. A pair of eyes like the stars and the moon, shining gently doting. Such a pair of eyes, no matter whose soul will fall into it. The wind blows, the skin is cool, but the heart is hot and dry. It's better that you stay away from me." Yunwu pretends to be indifferent and covers up her inner palpitations. Her immunity to this guy seems to be getting lower and lower. Now, suddenly, on the cliff in mid-air, a sharp and manic force came towards them, and all the places where the power passed were razed to the ground. Dragon Qing Evil Enchantment Smile. "You blush appearance, for husband seems to like more." The next second, his golden eyes slightly heavy, thin lips dangerous smile, a wave of long sleeves, the strength rebounded. Directly the flame of the phoenix in mid-air hit fly. In the blink of an eye, two people have been safe landing. After landing, Yunwu was almost able to stand. Her cheeks flushed for a moment, and raised her eyes to stare at the dragon. "Shameless. Mingming can come up soon," deliberately dragging Mama. The next second, a shadow of a person falls in the air, opens his broad chest, and pours directly at the cloud dance. Before the cloud dance reacts and refuses, he is dragged by a force of hegemony and falls into a familiar chest. "My woman, only I have this right." Small Stinky angrily stares at the dragon to pour evil, low way. "Let go of hemp. I'm the mother." The cloud dances, the eyes light sinks. Good familiar dialogue. She gently pushed the dragon away and looked back at Fengwing. Her eyes were thin and cool. What can I do for you? Son, tell her what we need from her. Fengwing holds the hand of Little Stinky all the time, but Little Stinky struggles all the time. Heard Fengwing asked him. He grinned, showing a row of white teeth. Do not want to answer. Because I want to numb. As soon as the words came out, one immediately turned black, and the other immediately cheered. Cloud Dance lips outline a perfect radiant. It's worth being called numb for so long. It's still very stance. I'm here to break the contract with you. Fengwing's eyes were burning with anger. At the moment, a trace of Cloud Dance's smile was quite dazzling in her eyes. Rescind the contract? Cloud Dance willow eyebrow, tiny pick, pupil mouth instant then astering come down. A touch of dangerous Sun Lung ray swept out. Do you have this right? I'm his mother. Of course I have the right. Is it? Cloud Dance sneers. You say if we fight now. Who will he help? Hearing the words, Fengwing suddenly kept silent, and then her tone became more fierce. You have always been the thorn in the flesh of the Beast Gate. Making a contract with my son can only drag him down. I don't allow you to drag him down. Are you not allowed? Or are you not allowed by the Beast Gate? Cloud Dance pick eyebrows, eyes with irony. You, Fengwing wants to say, and stop. No matter who it is, this contract must be rescinded. Cloud Dance, slightly jawhead, then cold way. To terminate the contract can, but you have to know that at the beginning he was willing to contract with me. Now he must agree to terminate the contract. He agreed? Fengwing, obviously a little stunned, probably did not expect that it was the small, stinky initiative to ask for the contract. Son, break the contract and go back with your mother. Fengwing pulls Xiaoqiu and persuades him patiently, but Xiaoqiu looks at Yunwu all the time with a pure smile. Hearing Fengwing's words, Xiaoqiu immediately shook his head. No, I want numbness. Fengwing heard Little Stink was not willing to terminate the contract. Eyes a dull, more shocked. Listen to Mom. Mama! Stinky while Fengwing relax, quickly break free, ran to the Cloud Dance side, extremely excited called her numb. Cloud Dance looks at the Little Stink. A trace of softness passes in her eyes, and her lips are slightly crooked. His body is a sunny and handsome young man, but his mind is a child of 4 or 5 years old, and his IQ is about 10 years old. I really don't know how old he should be. Go back to your space. Hongling is still waiting for you. After hearing this, Xiaoqiu immediately grinned and nodded. In the past few days when he left Yunwu, he didn't show a smile. When he saw Yunwu, it seemed that the whole weather was fine. Cloud Dance heart read a move, small stink, then disappeared in front of Fengwing. Where have you got my son? Fengwenu denounced a roar. A rapid edge rub ran hit. Residual shadows stay. Cloud sighed to avoid a blow. Looking at the crazy Fengwing, Yunfei also knows that as a mother, she wants to keep her son, but at least now Fengwing can't. Now she is under the control of the Beast Gate. It's the idea of the Beast Gate to chase and kill them. It's probably the temptation of the Beast Gate to let Xiaoqiu terminate the contract with her. Now to give Xiaoqiu to her is equal to giving him to the Beast Gate. She will never allow it. Fengwing, you keep asking for sons. Haven't you considered the Phoenix family? Now the Phoenix people want to kill him. Can you protect him? Shangguan finally couldn't help but remind her that this woman is actually poor. If she can help, it's a bit of virtue for the Beast Gate. I'll kill whoever hurts him. It doesn't matter if they are your people. The cloud dances, the lips open, and the satire emerges. Smell speech. The Phoenix goddess color is stay. Manic anger seems calm. Eyes into a dark calm. Seems to be considering the words of Cloud Dance. Fengwing is under control. Striking while the iron is hot may wake her up. Your son's father, the Dark Beast, should be in Phoenix now. If you're right, the Beast Gate has released the Dark Beast while Fengwing is searching for them with a little stink. How can he is not? Fengwing's eyes sank, and she half believed Yunwu's words. Yunwu just smiles and questions her words. It seems that she has recovered some sense. In this way, things will be easier. If you don't believe it, let's go and see who you can trust." Fengwing nodded. Although her eyes were alert, she had no intention of killing and anger. "I'll go with you for a while. If it's not what you said, I'll let you in and out." Cloud danced light glances at her one eye, then looks at the person behind. "Go together?" "Of course. How can you leave Xiaowu alone?" The Cloud dances the corner of the mouth to raise. Tiny jaw head. Turn round to follow the Phoenix female to leave. "Wait a minute." Nangong Yi suddenly stops Yunwu. Cloud Dance looked back with a trace of doubt in her eyes. "What's the matter?" Under the white gauze, Nangong Yi's estranged eyes look at her. "It's all complicated. After a long time, he wants to talk but stops, and he doesn't know how to open his mouth." Yunwu's eyes narrowed slightly, and then said indifferently, "It doesn't matter if you know what you can't retreat from, even if you take your life." After that, she turned and left. The purple robe, just like her unchanging habit and belief, made great efforts to reach the strongest point, become the person who controlled her own destiny, and become the woman who fought side by side with the man behind her. Nangong Iwei Che Jun Mao, revealing a smile that is not easy to detect. He has extra worries. I've known her for a long time. What she wants to do, even if the knife rest is around her neck, she won't shrink back. Knowing that the heart of the wind is in the Phoenix clan, how can she leave and shrink back because of danger? Then it's not her. Warm and cool smile spread around the corner of the mouth, followed by purple figure disappeared in the distance. The road ahead is dangerous. It's guarding and protecting. His choice is only these two. The rest can only be left to Dragon Qingxia. Compared with his worries, he seemed to know her better. He didn't ask about the danger ahead or any reason. He just followed her and let her live freely according to her will. He tried his best to help her and fight with her at the most critical and dangerous time. Fighting hand in hand and caring far away are two different modes. Within the Phoenix family, the vast space is filled with darkness, like an endless black veil covering the whole Phoenix family. The stillness of death, the bloody killing, the repressed breath, the completely dark space, the endless forest cool, all the way to the edge of hell. Yunfei and his party came to the Phoenix family. Feng Huing was completely stunned when she saw the dark space. It's really him, this dark breath, this arrogant release. In addition to him, there will be no second person. Not only she, but also Yunwu was very surprised to see this scene. The power of the dark beast was beyond estimation. In the Phoenix clan, most of the people who did not submit to the beast gate were imprisoned in an open place, squatting on the ground without dignity, and the Phoenix itself could not be revealed. They're the ones who want to kill your son, and they're the ones who drive your wife and children out of the Phoenix clan. They have been imprisoned for many years. Can you really swallow this breath? A dark-looking man in a black robe stood at the entrance of the stone palace and said to it. On the wall of the stone palace, you can see a layer of black mist rising and circling. Cloud frowning. Their own darkness can penetrate the wall. You can imagine how angry the dark beast is at the moment. Misty head-on to obliteration. Not only that, I was imprisoned for a while, but my son was contracted by human beings. Is this the once noble dark clan? Rubbish. Seeing that the dark beast didn't answer, the man in black robe continued to speak, sarcastic and incisive, and his words were admirable. Remember to me that you are human too. In the stone palace, the dark beast finally spoke. That response is like a blade that has been covered with dust for thousands of years. Although the surface is dim, it is still a good weapon. If it doesn't come out, it is the smell of blood. Bang! With a loud noise, the gravel was flying like a meteor in the air. In the hazy, the stone palace was razed to the ground, and a dark body with darkness appeared in the hazy sight. Huge, bloodthirsty, dark. All of a sudden, the whole Dark Phoenix family is like the night, and the breath of darkness completely engulfs the day. This huge infection comes from the dark beast on the opposite side. What a terrible opponent. You have succeeded in arousing my anger. When the dark beast roars at the sky, dark clouds fill the sky, thunder and lightning, darkness and anger mingle, burning half of the sky. Suddenly, the dark beast suddenly looked back at the desert behind him. The scarlet eyes belonging to Warcraft were stained with blood. "Where are they?" Owen said with a smile. "You should find it yourself instead of asking me." "Ah!" A scream of death followed by a Jiao call. Like a chicken, a phoenix clan was caught in the palm of his hand by the dark beast. The blood flowed along the arc of his hand. The arc was getting closer and smaller. Finally, the person in his hand was crushed and thrown on the ground. If you ask once and you don't get the answer you want, you can kill one. You don't have to say it. I'll allow it. That's arrogant. Shangguan looked at the dark beast and couldn't help sighing. See, now the Phoenix clan has been controlled by the Beast Gate, and he has also been instigated by the Beast Gate and started to attack the Phoenix clan. Cloud Dance, looking at Feng Wing, kindly remind. Feng Wing looked at the killed Feng Wang people. Her face was pale, and she murmured, "I'm really wrong." Cloud Dance sneers. "It's your fault, and it's also the fault of the Beast Gate. It depends on whether you can correct it." She took out a pill from the space and handed it to Feng Wing. The pill was developed by her Tu Hiao, which was specially used to restrain the magic of 10,000 beasts. Feng Wing didn't ask what it was. She took the pill and swallowed it. In her eyes, Yunwu now should be the only one she can trust. You are the only one who can stop him. Yunwu looks at the crazy and bloodthirsty dark beast, and a wave of waves sweeps through his eyes. Suddenly, the cloud danced and the look of his eyes changed. The next second, Gu Wu's broadsword swept out, cut the side straight, and jumped back to turn over. Looking at the black-robed man suddenly appeared in front of him. Yunwu's hand holding the black flame sword was slightly tight. "I advise you to be honest and be obedient otherwise." The black-robed man looked at the cloud dance, and the greedy look in his eyes flashed by. "I want this woman." Yes, the people in black who were hiding around them answered in unison. "You want her?" Smell speech. Cloud Dance looking at the hand of the ancient sword. A sneer blooms on the blade. Like licking blood, devil recovery. She cold look back. "Can you afford it?" "It's up to you whether you can afford it or not." The black-robed man's palm was slightly raised, a lazy attack posture, and the people around him rushed towards him instantly. Poof! Bang! Well, with the spread of all kinds of terrible sounds, the man in black, who flew in the air, suddenly turned back along the original track, and the power that came out was still on them. Shocked, a white figure fell from the sky. Posture evil. People can't move their eyes. Such a person's time is probably only one person. For my woman, the price is always a little. Long Qingxia plays with the dagger in his hands, and his thin lips outline a dangerous smile. Suddenly, a man in black who had just been hit and flew barely stood up. The next second, he screamed and fell to the ground again. The black-robed man looked at the bloody dagger on the man's chest. At the dragon's evil eyes, a trace of surprise loomed. "I'm sorry. I was going to stab it, but I missed it." Long Qingxia pointed to a rabbit running in the distance. Looking lazy, thin lips still outlined a harmless smile. The black-robed man pointed at the dragon, his teeth clucking. Then he yelled at the people of the Beast Gate, "Kill him for me!" Suddenly, a group of black-robed people appeared from nowhere. There were about 20 of them, and they came with great momentum. "The rabbit is here." Long Qingxia looks at the rabbit behind the man in black robe, grins at the corner of his mouth, and plays with the dagger twice. The man in black robe quickly takes a few steps away from the side. "What are you afraid of? My technique is pretty good. Give it to me." The man in black roared angrily. "Ah!" The black-robed man screamed, and then remembered that a dagger pulled wildly straight into the black-robed man's arm. Long Qingxia glanced at the black-robed man. His eyes were evil and bloodthirsty. Cloud Dance cold lips a hook, showing a cold smile. "It seems that you really can't afford." At the moment when her voice fell, the dark air appeared in the sky. She glanced at it warily. It turned out that it was the dark beast. "Where did they hide our son?" Although this is asking Feng Wing, what he sees is Yunwu. That vision is like the cliff of the night. Dark cannot see the edge. Gloomy terror. Feng Weinu looked at the dark beast, looking a little excited. You actually hurt the people of the Phoenix family. Don't they die? What did they do to me? What did it do to us? You were sealed voluntarily, you. Feng Wen wants to talk and stops, seems to think of something, and her face turns pale instantly. He's controlled by the Beast Gate too? This is unusual. Cloud Dance also found. Slightly frowned willow eyebrow. Looking at 10,000 beast door, eyes more sin cool. Little dance, let's go. Sidalon said a word to Yunwu. Smell speech, Cloud Dance, the forest of the eye ground cool some. Afterward she micro-jaw head. Express can. The dark beast has been used by the Beast Gate now. Although the Phoenix people are imprisoned, they are even more resentful to them and human beings. It's okay to deal with the Beast Gate, but if you add the Phoenix people, it's not easy to fight. Now it's better to leave and think of a way. Looking back at the dark beast, the cloud danced, and there was a trace of helplessness in his eyes. The last priest died at a bad time, and this guy was also restless, which attracted all kinds of beasts and ate the evil consequences. Why want to run? At the moment when several people turned around, the sarcastic voice of the black-robed man stabbed by Dragon Qingxia rang. A few people's bodies slightly pause and then look back. If you want to run, you can leave this woman to be happy with me. Black-robed people look at the cloud's greedy eyes. At that moment, the air around suddenly killed. Yunwu felt the dangerous air from behind. Looking back at the moment, the dark sky suddenly lit up a strange white hole, like the sky opened a gap. Suddenly, there was a strange darkness in the white cave, and the dark haze seemed to be brewing. Suddenly, a shadow appeared in the white hole. Ah! A scream followed by a sound. At that moment, time seemed to be static. Everyone looked at the devoured man in black robe, staring at the dragon's evil eyes, as if they saw hell. What have you done? Looking at the devastated companion, the black-robed man glared at the dragon. It's just a slight punishment, with a warning by the way. Long Qingxia looks at the clouds, and the corners of his mouth still outline the radiance of the evil. Cloud Dance droops eyes. This degree of injury, he has been merciful. Kill them for me, the black-robed man roared, then looked at the Phoenix people. Kill them, and you will be free. Smell speech. All people look at each other, looked at a desert dark. There was nothing unusual in the dim look. Kill them? Yes, Fengwang people swarmed on. For them, not only a few people are dancing in the clouds, but the people of the Beast Gate also have to get rid of the Phoenix clan and solve the problem that everyone is the same first. A bunch of stupid X? Cloud Dance Mao Guangyin is cold. The killing intention all around appears for a moment. Retreats again. Looks back to the dragon to pour evil. Run. A gust of wind. A few people instantly disappeared in place. 10,000 beast men followed Fengwang people and kept on chasing Yunwu. At this time, a black-robed man appeared in the air. Looking at the clouds, his eyes rubbed angrily. The Lord has orders to let them die first. The smell of killing permeated behind several people. Looking at the people who came after them, their faces were a little ugly. Xiao Wu is not the way to go on like this. Shengguan looked at the people who were chasing after him and frowned. Cloud Dance did not answer, still flying fast, purple clothes in the dark air, blooming sharp radiant. Every windward call pull, as if a sharp blade, representing her anger at the moment. I can't. There's no need to be a counselor, is there? Sidu Lan looked at Yunwu and glanced at the people behind him, which was rare. Suddenly, the sharp rotation of the purple sharp suddenly stopped. Long Qingxia, Nangong Yi and others also follow Yunwu's shadow and stop. Has it been decided? Nangong Yi glances at the people who are getting closer behind him. His eyes are cool. Turn around and look back. Cloud Dance, mouth slightly pursed. The next second, has been looking weak. Little things appeared in her palm. Her eyes down, playing with the hands of small potatoes. The corners of her mouth arc raised. Teach them a lesson. She's talking about them. They don't include the Phoenix. What is that in your hand? Shengguan looks at the little potato in Yunwu's hand and slightly raises eyebrows with curiosity. What did she do with that little thing at this critical moment? A little warcraft. The cloud dances the corners of the mouth to raise to smile, caresses the small warcraft's soft but some abrupt, uneven body, said the breeze is light. What do you want it for? Shengguan knew that it was not a good thing. Do it with momentum. She didn't want to be joking. Do momentum. The corner of Shengguan's mouth suddenly twitched. She used a little thing bigger than her fist to make momentum. She really wanted to open up. Cloud Dance glances at Shengguan. I'm also drunk. I glance at the dragon. When she touched Long Qingxie's smiling golden eyes, she picked an eyebrow at him. Long Qingxie also agreed with her. The rest of them were puzzled by the strange interaction between them. Only Nangong Yi, after he saw the little warcraft in Yunwu's hand, looked surprised all the time. Micro squint thin cool eyes. He drooped contemplation. That wipe unusual breath. What is it? Papa. Cloud Dance in small potato body gently called 2 slaps. See small potato open bleary eyes. Some wrong dissatisfied looking at Cloud Dance. She looked at the little potato with a smile, which looked like a loving mother. At that moment, little potato suddenly came to the spirit, blinking 2 sharp eyes, looking at her for a moment. See those people in black in front of you? Yunwu pointed to the man in black on the opposite side. Smell speech. Small potato excitedly in Cloud Dance palm jumped a few times. Also don't know is understand or didn't understand. Anyway, is happy not. Tear them to pieces and die. She didn't know whether it understood or not. Anyway, she went on talking about her. The little guy danced by himself. At the same second, when the last word of Yunwu was finished, the little guy in his hand suddenly disappeared, and there was nothing in his palm. Ah! Then she heard a scream. Looking at it, I saw a black-robed man at the front, covering one eye, bending over in pain, and falling to the ground from mid-air with a bang. The blood was dripping down the palm of the man's hand. Before everyone could recover, Yunwu suddenly found that the potato in her palm appeared again, which seemed more excited than just now. Before Yunwu asked what was the matter, the little potato disappeared again, and there was another scream, so the cycle after a while, 5 black-robed people all fell to the ground. Shengguan and Sidulan looked at the miserable black-robed man. As enemies, they could not help shaking their heads sympathetically. The animal nature is bad and bloodthirsty. It's not bad at all. The upper officer pretended to be afraid and shook. Xiaowu, what kind do you have? Too cunning. Isn't it the 5 men who attacked the beast gate were not hurt at all, and even they couldn't see how it did it? What's more, they didn't even catch the shadow of its attack. Even if Warcraft itself is cunning, but it is so small, it is not so enigmatic, right? Cloud Dance did not answer, just looking at the hands of small potatoes back again, soft eyes. This guy is also a descendant of ancient Warcraft. She expected to have such ability. It's a pity that this little thing hasn't grown up. It's still so small and has no outstanding ability. It's a headache for her. Anyway, she is also a descendant of the Millennium Warcraft. Can't you surprise her, that's? The black-robed man in mid-air looked at the little guy in Yunwu's hand and showed a look of surprise. He saw the shadow of the ancient Warcraft on the little Warcraft. Give it up. At this time, in the dark of the sky, Shengguanli suddenly appeared. Looking at the little potato in Yunwu's hand, his eyes were dim. Vice Lord, is that the ancient Warcrafts? The black-robed man wanted to confirm something, but after touching the chilly atmosphere of Shengguan calendar, he wanted to say nothing but to lower his head and stop talking. Shengguan, bring it to me. Without waiting for Yunwu to speak, Shengguanli looked at Shengguan with deep eyes and gave him orders. His tone and attitude seemed to be speaking to a subordinate without any emotional fluctuation. Wen Yin, Shengguan's rebellious eyebrows slightly raised. I'm not interested in that thing. You want to take it yourself? Son of a bitch. Shengguan was very angry. Yes, don't you know that for a long time? Shengguan disdains Lung Hum. Is the father who can give orders to kill his own son qualified to say that he is a sinful son? Shengguanli's face was as blue as iron, just like a skeleton's fingers. In a twinkling of an eye, he let go, but the killing intention around him suddenly became more and more icy. "Take them." Shangguanli's tone was flat. Then he glanced at Shangguan and said, "Those who resist will be killed." He looked at Shangguan, meaning something. When Shangguan heard his order, his uninhibited eyes flashed an abnormal sneer, and then a bunch of black flames burned in his palm, which instantly knocked the black-robed man around Shangguan calendar away. This is a silent statement of position. Shangguan's eyes were full of grief and indignation, and his cold anger was burning in his eyes. With a wave of his hand, all the black-robed people swarmed up in an instant. At the moment, the people of the Phoenix clan have been controlled by the people brought by Shangguanli, but after a tour of Yunwu, only the shadow of the desert has disappeared. The sword collides, the strength strikes, a fierce need blood baptism battle started. Hand over the little warcraft. A touch of cold black wind's palm power came, and the cloud danced in the air for a moment. The black flame broadsword resisted. Although it had done its best, it still retreated after being hit by that palm power. Fortunately, it could still stand firm. "What do you want it for?" Cloud Dance holds the black flame big knife. The corner of the mouth peeps out the radiant of a smile. "Nature works. You don't have to know." Yunwu agreed that she didn't need to know about him. "But if you want to take it from me, it's none of my business. What belongs to her? Only she wants to give or does not want to give." "As long as you hand over something, I can let you leave the Phoenix family safely." Shangguanli compromises. If Yunwu knows the truth, he will choose to leave and agree to leave. Unfortunately, she won't leave, but she doesn't want to die like this. "Since you've stepped back, I'll take a step back and make a bet with you. If you win, it belongs to you. We're free to deal with it. I'll win. Everything of Phoenix belongs to me. Don't play childish games with me. Give it up." Shangguanli seems to disagree with this bet. Cloud Dance sneers. "Do you think it's too childish or afraid of losing?" "All right." Cloud Dance helpless sigh. "Since you want, I give it to you, catch it." With a wave of her hand, the potato flew out in a perfect arc and rolled 2 times in the air. At the moment when she threw out the little potato, the purple figure moved out dozens of steps and disappeared in front of Shangguanli's eyes, while Longxi followed them. "Xiao Wu, isn't that a good idea?" Shangguan had no choice. "You can go back." The clouds gave him a glance. Shangguan's mouth was shriveled, and he didn't speak anymore. His father alone was enough for them to drink, not to mention other people. Things have become more and more difficult to deal with. Wanzhuman just wanted to control the Phoenix clan with dark, evil beasts, but they bumped into them by accident. Now the situation has changed. All the spearheads are pointing at them. Dare they come to block the guns for Wanzhuman? Just as several people left, there was a very angry roar behind them. It was the roar of wild animals, full of powerful and sharp. Sidolan looked back and saw that the little potato's body was burning like a layer of flame, and its power was absolutely not so powerful. Roar! With a sound of animal chant and all kinds of screams, a few black-robed people immediately lit a fire. The fire burned several people beyond recognition, and only some ashes were left. Shangguanli looks at Zayatudu. His face is gloomy, his palm is empty, and he controls Zayatudu directly. Zayatudu struggles a few times, but he doesn't get away. Roar! Little Potato sprayed the flame to Shangguanli again, but Shangguanli didn't even hide. He accepted the fire's attack directly. Strangely, after the fire retreated, he was unharmed. Small Potato see this scene. Round Gula's eyes are a little surprised, see things are not good, began to struggle fiercely in Shangguanli's hands. The more it struggled, the tighter Shangguanli pinched. Finally, it directly pinched its face and squeezed its nose, eyes, and mouth together. It looked funny. The next second, Little Potato body suddenly shrunk. Shangguanli only feel the strength of a loose hand, where there is Little Potato figure. Looking at the disappearing Little Potato, Shangguanli raised a fierce smile at the corner of his mouth. His figure trembled and swept in the direction of Yunwu. This is the so-called summoner. Can he only run away? The sullen voice forced several people to stop. Just like ghosts, Xingguanli has appeared in front of several people. I just don't want to see your face. Cloud danced lazy eyes, a pair of leisure elegant appearance. At the end of the speech, Xingguanli's face was overcast, and void slapped at Yunwu. Poof! The next second, Xingguanli's face suddenly changed, stepped back, and a mouthful of old blood came out. Seeing this scene, the corner of Cloud Dance's mouth rises slightly, which is useful at last. You! Xingguanli slightly narrowed his eyes and tried to regulate the agitation in his body, but he was still a little surprised at the bottom of his eyes. You know how to use the conjunctions. As the name suggests, only the summoner can use the enchantment. Its power can make Shangguan calendar pop up a mouthful of old blood, needless to say. It's called calling the border. Cloud danced slightly jawhead, as if he is just no such a thing. Xingguanli wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and looked at the clouds darkly. Just in that moment, the people of the Phoenix clan and the people of the Beast Gate had arrived. Xingguan's people of the Beast Gate in the past dynasties made an offensive look, and then they were in the air with both hands. They directly used their power in the void, as if they wanted to tear open the summoning boundary. Looking at the beginning of the summoning border, there is a little gap. The clouds are dancing, and the willow eyebrows are slightly frowning. It seems that the summoning border can't isolate Shangguan calendar. Little thing, I'll give the old man a lesson to my husband. Dragon Qing, evil thin lips a yang. Ape along the Shangguan calendar, torn border mouth suddenly attack. White figure with a cool taste has appeared outside the border. One black and one white. Two figures fight fiercely. Yunwu knows that he wants to test Xingguanli's real strength first. Except Xingguanli, I'm afraid none of the people below have the ability to open it. You want to solve them alone? But I don't agree. It's better for me, the young master, to solve the problem of the Beast Gate. How can it be without us? Every word falls. There is one less person in the border. After a while, everyone leaves the border. Bang! With a fierce sound, the fight really began. Cloud Wave is brandishing the black flame big knife, and the dragon inclines evil to deal with the official calendar together. Xingguanli is also worthy of being the deputy leader of the beast sect. She can deal with both of them at the same time, which makes Yunwu realize that although it is important to find the four elements, her strength still needs to be improved and strengthened. Nangong Yi, Shangguan and others are dealing with the people of Fengwang and other 10,000 beasts. The impact of the fierce force is constantly whistling, and the residual leaves are rolling and blazing. In the distance, the ghost of Shangguan calendar suddenly came. Long Qingxi's golden eyes narrowed, and his ape was horizontal. He separated Xingguanli from Yunwu. He was lazy but dangerous and said, "It seems that you don't mean that." Just that blow. His target is not the potato sleeping behind Yunwu, but Yunwu. Shangguan's eyes sank. He had just collided with Ape. His fingers were almost broken. His strength was completely opposite to him. He must not be hard on him. Cloud Dance turned around and looked back, showing a smile, and said, "Deputy Lord, your goal is it?" She took out an object wrapped in a border from the space. In the eyes of outsiders, they saw a border, but in Xingguanli's eyes, he saw a map of the temple. Xingguanli stretched out a hand as strange as white bone, and his voice was cold. "Give it to me." Cloud Dance sneers. "You say to give, that I am not very no-face. Then don't blame me for being rude." Xingguanli moans and roars, and the sense of killing fills the air in an instant. The dark air rolls in and comes to Yunwu and Longqingxi. While Cloud Dance made a stop gesture and sneered, "It's not too late to start after listening to me. If you want it, I want to die. You can take what you need and not make mistakes with each other. Okay?" Smell speech. Xingguanli all around of kill, meaning dim sum. Ponder Cloud Dance, just words. Intuition tells him that this woman is cold and ruthless, but now she is so cunning and clever. She can't believe a point, but he wants to hit the half point. "Give it to me, and I'll let you go." Cloud Dance, tiny jaw head, The corner of the mouth is dyed with a smile that has no intention of killing, that just gives you. With a wave of her hand, a touch of dark air, like hot smoke, directly split the surface of the earth. With a rumbling sound, a steep cliff with a width of several meters suddenly appeared. The next second, the thing wrapped by the border flies in the air and falls into the cliff at the speed of light. Xingguanli's eyes were angry. He looked at the map of the temple that fell into the cliff and followed it down to enter the cliff. Right now, Cloud Dance watched Xingguanli enter the cliff and yelled at the dragon. Long Qingxia nodded slightly, his body soared up, his golden eyes narrowed slightly, and the black haze around his body invaded most of the sky. With a wave of Cloud Dance's hand, the top layer of the cliff is sealed with a barrier, followed by black haze, which covers the barrier and provides a full protective layer for the barrier. It won't be long before the border is formed. Leave now, she yelled at the men who were fighting. This sentence is also meant for Shangguan, so as not to worry about his father's misfortune. Xiao Wu, you can't seal up the border. She thinks too much without Xingguanli's pursuit. The people of Wanwoman and Fengwang were also tossed by them. After a while, they escaped. Take a rest. It should be safe for the time being, Sita Lanwei said with breath. It's embarrassing to be in such a mess. Mengbai looked at the dirty robe, and he couldn't bear to look directly at it. Cloud Dance slightly droops his eyes. There are too many things happen before and after. Originally, he intended to hide his identity and look for the heart of the wind, but he caused a riot. He was regarded as a priest and met the dark beast. The next thing was out of control. Just like now, meeting Xingguanli is unexpected for all of them. Just now I had a fight with the people of the Beast Gate. My physical strength has been impacted. I haven't cultivated myself yet. Then I was chased by Xingguanli and the Phoenix clan. Now everyone is very tired, right? Everyone's face was a little abnormal, and she was short of breath. Although Long Qingxia had been hiding the disordered breath, she knew that she couldn't tolerate him to deal with Xingguanli. She didn't have to do her best. Even the usual evil spirit was omitted, and she was obviously tired. Find a place to recover first? Yunwu suddenly spoke. Long Qingxia nodded and looked around. His golden eyes were fixed on the mountain in the distance, thinking deeply. Cloud Dance looked at the mountain, slightly jaw-head. That's a good place. Unknowingly, she has come to the mountain. Under the mountain is the stone chamber. Although the boundary has been broken by her, the stone chamber is still there. You can go in as long as you use the earth elements. Everyone agreed that the group of people were flying in the direction of the mountain stone room. Just before arriving at the mountain, Xingguanli suddenly appeared like a ghost and stood in front of several people. His eyes were cold, and he looked at Yunwu. He wanted to kill her immediately. Hand it in? He spoke almost word for word in a fierce voice. Deputy Lord, you've gone after things. Why do you want them from me? Cloud Dance slightly raises Lu Mei. The corner of the mouth raises a smile of disdain. Smelling speech, Xingguanli's face was dark, and his white bone-like fingers were particularly gloomy in the dark, making a clear clucking sound. Xingguan, I'll say it one last time, back to the Beast Gate. Xingguanli suddenly looks up at Shangguan. Yunwu sees the scarlet of Su Sha under his eyes. Do you really want to start? Well, when that happened, she gambled with him. This game, she bet herself to win. Die this hard. I will not be your puppet. Shangguan said coldly. You are the young master of the Beast sect, not a puppet. As far as I'm concerned, it has something to do with the Beast Gate. The little master is the same as the puppet. Then go to life and death with your so-called friends. Shangguan has a gloomy roar. Fortunately, he has profound skills. Otherwise, he has to vomit blood. Just as Yunwu was about to attack, the look of her eyes suddenly changed, and she was filled with surprise. Looking back at the dragon, she said, It's broken. Maybe it's a good thing. Long Qingxia's golden eyes passed by with a smile and a cloud dancing willow waist. Nangong Ichi looks at each other in the night. Mengbai, Shangguan, and Situlan look slightly changed. The next second, they suddenly disappear in the void. In front of a dark field, close to each other cannot see. Where is this? Cloud Dance micro-frown. This endless darkness is how to return a responsibility. Just that strong suction is how to return a responsibility? I don't know, but it's the same everywhere I go to be with you. Long Qingxie kisses Yun Wu on the cheek, and his face is full of happiness. In the dark, the shining star eyes gave him a white look, so black. Thanks to the accuracy, he could find the two of you were so tired here. You'd better think about what to do next. Xingguan couldn't help complaining to interrupt them. It's a good attitude to be happy in pain, but it's ambiguous when life is in danger, that is, to die slowly. The gloomy taste is really in line with what you are doing now, the romantic death. Sidu Lan couldn't help mending the sword. Yunwu purses her lips slightly. It's time for these single dogs to get rid of their orders, or they will be so sick and angry all day long all of a sudden. She felt that her eyes were heavy, and she seemed to feel sleepy. In the haze, she felt that the palm around her waist was slightly loose, and then it was tight, loose and tight. Wherever I go, I will find you. Hazy. Her ears sounded a magnetic sound of peace of mind. She knew that it was Dragon Qingxie. Someone came in? It's something that hasn't happened in 1,000 years. The residual forces here are isolated from the outside world. It's wonderful that someone can come in. 1 second before the coma, she seemed to hear a few faint sounds, which were as weak as illusions. With the rapid decline of her body, she felt more and more powerful forces filling her nerves, which made her want to have a rest. Finally, she fell into a coma. On the mountain, Xingguanli watched a few people disappear without a trace. After a long silence, he finally said, "We can solve the problem of Phoenix. The underground space is quiet, and the air is a little thin." Hiss! In the dead space, a strange voice sounded. A 2-meter-long snake with a thick leg is slowly approaching the purple figure. Its thin tongue pierces the air and makes a hissing roar. The giant snake kept crawling towards the figure, and its crystal green eyes looked at the clouds, as if seeing the most delicious meal in the world. The people on the ground breathed evenly and looked calm. They didn't seem to be hurt or in a coma, but they still didn't wake up. Giant snake climbs to Yunwu and looks at Yunwu's sleepy face. Suddenly, her green eyes emit strange light, and her slender color is like blood. She makes a circle on her face. The fingers of the people on the ground seem to move. Looking at her still not awake, the giant snake suddenly raised its head and inspected her up and down. The next second, the fangs opened and bit her shoulder. Hiss! The giant snake roared, but it was not the pleasure of eating delicious food, but the roar of pain. "It's too small to swallow me." Yunwu grabs the head of the giant snake and doesn't let go. The more the giant snake shakes and struggles, the stronger she is. At last, the giant snake can only keep still, staring at a pair of eyes like emeralds. "Your physique is not enough for Hongling to fill your teeth." Yunwu twisted the snake's head and let it roll several times. After careful inspection, it was finally confirmed. All of a sudden, her eyes narrowed, suddenly thought of something, and quickly stretched out another hand to wipe the mucus on her face. How much nausea did she endure just now before she killed it? Hiss. The giant snake roared again, but it was a very painful roar. Cloud Dance looked at the huge snake's head that she pinched flat, and there was no sympathy in her eyes. "Does it hurt? Just when you wanted to eat me? Why didn't you feel so miserable?" The giant snake rolled a white eye. How could it be painful to eat it? It was quite fast as hiss. Without waiting for it to come up with a piece of music, Yunwu seemed to know what it was thinking. The strength of the hand deepened again, and the pain made it scream. "It's a punishment for you to eat me, understand?" Cloud Dance looked at the giant snake's left and right deviation of the mouth, the corners of the mouth quietly stained with a smile. Then she looked around and found that there was no one around except herself. All around are smooth stone walls, emitting a cool luster. The area is not big, only a room so big, but let her feel very strange. What's more strange is that her power was suppressed by some element in the cave, and it can't be used safely. Her starry eyes were dark, thinking, what about the dragon? What about Nanganji? All of a sudden, her phoenix eyes narrowed, and she remembered the scene of falling, the coma feeling when falling, and the voices that didn't belong to them, which were definitely not hallucinations. What is this place? Where did some of them fall? Who is so arrogant that he bullies Wang's pet? The sound comes first before the person arrives. As the sound falls, Yunwu feels a tingling pain on her hand. At the moment when her fingers are slightly loose, the giant snake has moved back several feet, completely out of her control. My king? Pets? Yunwu looks at the giant snake on the opposite side. The snake's skin is pockmarked. It feels goosebumps all over. It looks sharp like a mole. It has fierce eyes and is extremely arrogant. She came to the conclusion that people who can use it as a pet are also quite abnormal. Suddenly, in the middle of the sky, a luminous, transparent body appeared. The man's long hair is elegant, his sword eyebrows are starry, his silver robe is natural and unrestrained. His smile is like the wind, his words are gentle and elegant, but his breath is very dangerous. After another look at her, he looks at the giant snake. Little, have you heard anything? Cough. Yunwu clears her throat out of time. Xiaoyao. She has to admire her name, which is cute enough and quite in line with the pet's name. It's a pity that she is not as famous as she is when she meets the man looked at Yunwu, with a trace of inviolable aggressiveness in his eyes. After looking at her for a long time, he said, Who are you? Who are you? Yunwu asked, When you're not sure where you are, it's better not to report yourself. If you encounter racial discrimination and hatred again, it will be miserable. Now her internal breathing is unstable. Her strength is completely suppressed, and she can't use her mouth as much as possible. Do you look like a man to me? The man Mao's son is the same, transparent, luminescent body. A parent had a silk to be intense. It's not like that, she answered truthfully. He really doesn't look human. You say I'm not human? The man suddenly narrowed his eyes, revealing a touch of danger in his eyes. What should she say? See cloud dance, don't answer. The man's expression abrupt change, instant and change of pleasure up. I was not a person. She was completely defeated. You just nearly killed my pet. What's the crime? The man is lazy and has a dangerous breath. Then you should discipline it well, and the delicious things will not be like that. It turned out that she cared more about the slime on her face than she almost ate her. Do you hear me? I'll talk about hygiene in the future. Cloud danced black face. He is saying that she is not hygienic? Silence after a long time. Where is this? Cloud dance looks at the cave. Eyes stay in a place full of light, quiet, open way. I don't know how recently. It seems that I have a special affinity with the stone cave. Do you know what will happen if you enter the battlefield thousands of years ago by mistake? The man looked at the cloud dance, and the look of his eyes was strange. Millennium battlefield. The cloud dances and murmurs to itself. Suddenly, she raised her eyes. Is this the battlefield of the Phoenix people thousands of years ago? If so, why not see the slightest trace of fighting? On the contrary, is very calm. After thinking about it, she will stay in the light, which is a border gate. If she goes out, will she see the earth shaking scene? Well, I don't want to talk nonsense with you either. You have two ways, where you come from and where you go back. Or you can stay here forever and choose for yourself. The man lazily closed his eyes and lay on the giant snake, just like an immortal. A few seconds later, Yunwu didn't answer. Finally, the man couldn't help looking up at her. He looked at her staring at the border gate and sneered. Walking out of that gate is the third way, but I advise you to just ignore it. Why? Yunwu looks at his eyebrows. The man looked up and down at Yunwu and said with a smile, After you go out, your value will be used. Your beauty is good, your skill is good, your meat is tender enough, and your blood is pure enough. That you're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.